anywhere you download your podcast. Brought to you by Tyson's Home Farm Auto. Visit THEISENS.com for more information and to find a location near you.
Hi, I'm Jim Frucci, Managing Partner and PGA Professional at Morningstar Golfers Club, and I'd like to personally invite you to play your next round of golf at Morningstar. Lush green fairways, velvet smooth greens, magnificent vistas from high above our championship golf course. Morningstar was created with the serious golfer in mind, and it continues to be the public course by which all other area public courses are measured. Book your tee time today and reserve a spot on our membership wait list. Come out and see what all of Southeast Wisconsin's been talking about. Hey, you've played the rest. Now play the best.
Mark Olson here. Now is the time to declare your independence from the outdated kitchen during the Redo Cabinets 4th of July event. Redo Cabinets, where hundreds of homeowners have discovered the benefits of refacing old kitchen cabinets, celebrates America's 250th birthday. Redo Cabinets, where you'll find premium cabinet facings made here in the USA, and you could choose from dozens of colors, various hardware, and accessory selections. During the Redo Cabinets 4th of July celebration, get $1,776 off your entire cabinet project and a free backsplash, and no payments for 12 months. That's right, no payments until 2027. Incredible savings. Call us today for a free, no obligation consultation. Redo Cabinets, 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit us online at redocabinets.com. Don't replace it, redo it with Redo Cabinets.
Buy one pizza today, get a second pizza free at the Amazing Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford and in Oshkosh. Don't cook, don't even think about it. You don't need to clean up either. Call, order, and pick up shortly, or just walk in for your free Thursday pizza, mineshaft.restaurant.com.
The news you need to know every weekday on Wisconsin's Morning News.
A vote to raise in-state tuition by 2%. This would be the fourth year in a row tuition would go up after a 10-year tuition freeze.
Every time we've talked about in this country making college more affordable, and I mean lawmakers, all that's meant heretofore has been, let's make loans more accessible. That didn't make it any more affordable. It just made it possible for you to go deep into debt.
Yeah.
I could get a loan for a Ferrari. It's not affordable for me.
Only here on WTMJ.
Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Six o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Today is Thursday, June 11th. Our top story. More severe weather on the way.
I'm Eric Bilstead. Another round of airstrikes.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and we start off with a broken down vehicle on 794 southbound, just south of Car Ferry Drive. The left lane is blocked with this, so just be careful with that. Otherwise, everything else is looking pretty good. No other delays. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your Storm Team forecast for today. Chance of rain and storms. Some could be severe. High of 84 degrees. Tonight, scattered showers and storms early, then partly cloudy and breezy with a low of 58. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, that second round of potential severe weather expected mid-afternoon in southeast Wisconsin. Some areas cleaning up after damaging winds from severe storms on Wednesday. Much of the damage centered in Dodge County.
Oh my God! Look at over there!
Video posted on social media shows wind tearing through buildings in downtown Horicon. Several buildings with windows blown out and portions of their roofs ripped off. Near Beaver Dam, one of Culver's blue Thank You Farmers barns was left in tatters with its roof caved in. Thursday's forecast calls for another possible round of severe thunderstorms with all weather threats on the table. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The U.S. military is launching another round of strikes against Iran after President Trump said more were coming. ABC's Alex Stone.
In a new wave of fighting, despite the ceasefire, the U.S. military unleashing attacks on Iran.
We're going to be attacking them very hard.
The president making it clear the attacks will continue with the goal of forcing Iran to negotiate a deal. Iran now responding to the latest U.S. attacks. Iran's Revolutionary Guard also claiming to have completely closed the Strait of Hormuz due to, quote, insecurity in the region. That's a claim the U.S. denies.
It's the third time this week the back-and-forth strikes have rattled the Middle East.
Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates told the House committee Wednesday that Jeffrey Epstein tried to blackmail him over an extramarital affair in an effort to force the billionaire into a business partnership.
Gates did provide some new names of Epstein associates, and we were told there were a lot of questions about one particular draft email that was in the files where Epstein alleged that Gates was asking him for medication for STDs that he had contracted from extramarital affairs, trying to get that medication for his then wife, Melinda Gates. But Gates says that he denied most of that. At least that's what lawmakers told us.
News Nation's Joel Cahill reporting lawmakers explicitly clarified that Gates is not being accused of criminal wrongdoing.
The trial continues for a man accused of murdering his neighbor in Waukesha. Kevin Leichowicz is 63 years old, faces first-degree homicide charges in the death of Carlos Maldonado. Leichowicz is representing himself in court. Judge David Moss.
Mr. Leichowicz, stop. You may state a legal basis for your objection, and that's it. You cannot testify in front of the jury. If you do it again, I may have to have you removed from the courtroom. I'm not going to allow you to continue to defy the court's order and try to testify to the jury.
Day 4 of the murder trial is today.
Recently fired Wisconsin Center District President and CEO Marty Brooks could face criminal charges. Accused of misappropriation of public funds, sources telling WTMJ the district referred charges to the district attorney's office. If they did, they would be compelled to look at it, would the DA's office. The Milwaukee defense attorney, Julius Kim, who's not involved directly with the case, telling WTMJ Brooks' decision to turn down a settlement offer from the district may have been different had he known the reason they were going to fire him.
Maybe Marty Brooks didn't realize that some of the things that he was doing or the purchases that he were making might be not just questionable, but illegal. And now that it's kind of been brought to his attention, yeah, he's probably a little nervous at this point in time.
Brooks has until July 8th to appeal the board's decision.
It's an issue that you may notice in your neighborhood. On Milwaukee's near south side, it's an issue as well. A barrage of orange barrels, and city leaders say the simultaneous road construction is unavoidable.
Department of Public Works Commissioner Gerald Prushke says Wisconsin's window of time for construction is limited.
If we waited for every project to be completed before beginning the next one, these critical projects would take decades to complete.
County Supervisor Juan Miguel Martinez says patience will pay off.
I remember a few years ago, the same thing happened on Lapham. Ever since that project has been completed, reckless driving incidents have gone down by 80%.
And a reminder from Prushke.
Please do not move those cones.
On Milwaukee's near south side, Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Coming up, kicking off the world's biggest sporting event, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:05.
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala, nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ish Nala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ish Nala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars, each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake, or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ish Nala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ish Nala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ish Nala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes. to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
It happens without warning. And when it's a truck crash, everything changes. Call Gruber Law Offices and let us protect your rights. We've got the knowledge, skills, and resources to win. One call, that's all.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
Brewers had this game until they didn't. Back home this weekend, sports at 6:15.
Google is seeking federal approval to hatch its plan to reduce mosquito populations and curb insect-borne diseases.
By introducing 32 million sterile male mosquitoes to the world. Dr. Ben Weston from the Medical College of Wisconsin.
Male mosquitoes don't bite people. They can't spread disease. It's the females that do. But a lot of male mosquitoes carry this bacteria in them. It's called Wolbachia. And when they mate, they can't actually produce offspring. So what happens is over time, the population gets smaller.
Mosquitoes are one of the world's most dangerous disease carriers.
Malaria, dengue, West Nile, chikungunya, yellow fever, Zika, the list goes on and on.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
As the state prepares to elect a new governor this fall, the state's top health officials saying the next administration will face important decisions on healthcare and technology. Department of Health Services Secretary Kristen Johnson says her agency is already prioritizing key budget requests and looking for ways to maintain critical services.
Don't be afraid of change. We can do really great things, and I think we need to think about how do we do them better.
Johnson on how the administration may use artificial intelligence to improve operations. She spoke at the Wisconsin Health News event in Madison earlier this week.
Happening today, the FIFA World Cup kicks off in Mexico City. Law enforcement in Atlanta getting things into high gear. Atlanta, one of the sites you'll see a match.
Even though the first match isn't until Monday, the city's operations center is activated. Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shearbaum says all of the department's 1,800 sworn officers, along with 500 civilian staff, will be working during the World Cup period.
We're going to continue to respond to every 911 call that will be going to our 911 center, and we will be proactively fighting crime and keeping the peace in Atlanta, Georgia.
The department has also sworn in more than 170 officers from neighboring jurisdictions to assist during the games. Jonathan O'Brien, ABC News, Atlanta.
I don't know if that's reassuring to hear your top law enforcement officials say, we are going to respond to 911.
Oh, good.
Yes,
good.
We are going to continue doing all the things, but that is a major event. 6:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, just think about how much your father means to you, or maybe your grandpa. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Father's Day is almost here. Show your love and appreciation. Treat your dad to the all-you-care-to-eat Father's Day buffet at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. It's all your dad's favorites for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, including prime rib and homemade desserts. And kids and grandkids under 3 eat for free. Relax with an old-fashioned, maybe a Bloody Mary, a mimosa. Choose from 120 wines, 8 beautiful dining rooms. Your dad will love that patio in the woods. If Father's Day doesn't work, how about taking your dad to the Fox and Hounds tonight? Buy one dinner, get one free. The Fox and Hounds is hugged by the Kettle Moraine Forest. The summer drive, the views are spectacular. Just off Highway 167 near Holy Hill. Reserve your Father's Day all-you-care-to-eat buffet today. It's far less than what you'll pay anywhere else. Google, call, enjoy a free dinner tonight. Serving from 4 p.m., it's the Fox and Hounds Supper Club, the famous Fox and Hounds.
Checking in with Debbie here at 6:10.
Got a new crash now. It's on the off-ramp to Capitol Drive from 41 northbound, so heads up with that. No delays with it just yet, but something to keep in mind. We also still have this disabled vehicle with the left lane blocked on 794 southbound. It is about a mile south of Car Ferry Drive, so just be extra careful if you're going to be heading through there. It's just before you get to Oklahoma Avenue, so that's something to keep in mind. The rest of the system looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with your Storm Team forecast. Southeast Wisconsin bracing for another round of showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be severe this afternoon and evening. We'll look for high temperatures to top out in the mid-80s. We'll start tonight with some scattered showers and storms wrapping up, then becoming partly cloudy and breezy with lows in the upper 50s. A lot more sunny for our Friday and cooler. Less humidity. We'll look for high temperatures close to 80 degrees.
Milwaukee's at 69.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Petrano and Eric Bilstad.
Severe weather on Wednesday. Round 2 comes today.
Happening today.
Yeah, we can expect some possible storms again today. Storms this morning and then some stronger stuff later on, kind of like what we saw on Wednesday. Wednesday was pretty intense there for a minute.
Difference being for today, it looks like there's a greater level of certainty that the storms will be severe. And on top of that, that they'll be more severe.
We will get to yes. We'll get to what happened on Wednesday in about 10 minutes. We'll walk you through some of the issues there. The hail is the main concern this morning for any rain that comes through early. Those storms will then influence what we see later on. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson.
We are still anticipating widespread showers and thunderstorms to move in from west to east this evening. Generally between about 5 and 9 p.m. Strongest storms capable of producing damaging winds. The tornado threat today is a little bit higher, especially near the state line. And we can't rule out, again, some heavy downpours, as well as a little bit of some isolated flooding.
Yeah, so that stronger stuff likely further to the south. But obviously everyone is going to have their eyes open for this. We'll keep our eye on it. Also, by the way, that's not the only thing happening today, by the way. You know, school's out, or at least today and this week for a lot of schools. This is the last day. You know, we're finally done, and here comes the summer. Well, they're going to be talking school during a candidate forum for governor. 7 Democratic candidates will appear at an education forum at Bayview High School tonight.
Home of the Red Cats.
Yes. So the focus of that forum will be on K through 12 education. MPS students will get to present a lot of the questions. Obviously, I'm sure they're vetted ahead of time. So not just having
student questions?
8-year-old kid walking up there asking
complaining
anything.
about lunch.
But obviously, education and funding for education, huge issues. So those Democratic candidates get to weigh off on that tonight.
6:14 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Discover your new favorite city, Milwaukee. Catch a sunrise over Lake Michigan. Sip your way through craft breweries. And dive into a dining scene that's turning heads. From museums and music to thrilling sports teams and buzzing nightlife, Milwaukee delivers all season long. Good things are always brewing on the Fresh Coast. The expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org have everything you need to fully plan every detail. Whatever it is you'd like to do in Milwaukee. Plan your trip today at visitmilwaukee.org.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. Yes, with all this rain, the time is now to make sure your roof is good to go. You don't want to find out after the fact, if you know what I'm saying. That's where the worry-free roof tune-up can help you. Tri-County Contracting does the worry-free roof tune-up. They can extend the life of your roof, replace some shingles, replace some gaskets, put in some caulking. That's how you know for sure your roof is good to go. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's roofing, siding, and windows that'll make you love your home again. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
You thought maybe it'd be another home run derby. Well, the score wasn't the same, but there were still quite a few home runs hit.
And here's Jackson Churio to lead off against Jack Perkins. Swing and a drive deep up into the sky in left center field. Watch this baby way out. Almost hit the center field camera above the batter's eye. And the Brewers playing home run derby against Jack Perkins tonight. They lead it 3-0 in the third.
Yeah, I actually did. Guy said he's okay, but yeah, it did cause some debris to fly there.
Was that a first pitch again for Churio?
That I don't know.
I wouldn't throw that cat a first pitch strike.
Why? Yeah.
Roll it.
Can you
bounce it there?
That was the second home run
on him.
Of the day for the Brewers. El Kraken also had a 2-run shot, so they had a nice, easy 3-0 lead, and Brandon Sproat, the rookie, was just sailing. Shut out through 5 innings, gave up 1 run through 6, but unfortunately, Chad Patrick had himself a rocky day, giving up the lead in the span of 3 hitters.
Sire take the lead. He swings and drills one deep to center field. It's way back and way out of here. Butler over the batter's eye, and in 3 batters, the A's have taken the lead with 3 extra base hits to beat Chad Patrick.
Yeah, and they would ultimately win the game. Brewers fall and lose the series to the Athletics.
Green Bay Packers have one more day of mini camp.
happening today.
Final practice of the 3-day mandatory workouts in Green Bay. Game wrecker Micah Parsons rehabbing, of course, after that ACL surgery. Remember last week what he predicted for defensive end Lucas Van Ness?
By the end of the season, if Luke stays healthy, he'll probably be the favorite. That's how much confidence I have in him.
All right. Van Ness said to be having a good mini camp so far, flattered by the support from one of the game's best.
I've learned a lot from Mike over the past year. He's taught me a lot about how I can, improve and work on my game. And he's just a really good dude, really good guy, and a good guy to have in my corner.
Did you catch, though, what Micah said on the front end? Van Ness would be the favorite in Green Bay. Well, important reporter follow-up here.
Over you? I'm already a favorite.
Not over me per se. The other favorite, Packers will open one final week of OTAs next week.
We talking about practice.
To the NBA Finals. How in the world did that happen? If you turned it off, you missed it. The Knicks were down 29 points in the third quarter. But somehow, someway...
Brunson gets it, fires up a three. Shot no good. The chip, it's gone! It's gone! It's gone! With 1.2 remaining. Knicks take the lead. OG Anunoby, and it's 107-106. Bedlam here at the Garden. They can't believe it.
Actually, that was pretty funny. They show all the crowd and some of the faces you recognize, and all of them are in shock that somehow the Knicks came back from 29 to win that game. That is the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. They have a 3-1 lead over the Spurs now. And Game 5 is Saturday night in San Antonio. World Cup news, they kick off today. Mexico faces South Africa this afternoon. The U.S. starts tomorrow night against Paraguay.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin. The buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
You have a problem, we have a solution. Vince Vitrano for Inspired Closets Milwaukee. Those are words my friends Katie and Dan over there live by. Pretty simple, right? Think about what is chaotic in your house right now. Kids are back in summer sports. They're out of school here. What does it look like around the entryway? Full of shoes again, flip-flops that don't have a home? You pull into your garage, you got bikes, golf bags, lawn equipment falling over. Where do you even put the gardening stuff? Everybody wants to hang out in your kitchen, but your cabinets aren't built for storage, so there's always a mess on the counter. Katie and Dan have real solutions for all of those chaos causes, and what they do is work within your budget to transform your home. You have a problem, we have a solution. InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Are you thinking about what you're going to do this summer? Maybe into the fall, looking to plan that cool Wisconsin trip, take advantage of the outdoor beauty. Maybe it's museums, maybe it's a family trip, or how about a romantic getaway? We've got you covered on Experience Wisconsin. We're going to twist you around the state, show you some cool places, introduce you to some amazing folks. This week on Experience Wisconsin, it is Elkhart Lakes Road America and iconic Ishnala Supper Club. Saturdays at 1 on WTMJ.
Sponsored by Accunet Mortgage.
Get your rock solid pre-approval or a no-pressure refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Checking in with Debbie here at 621.
Yeah, we're looking at delays. We've got an accident on 41 northbound on the off-ramp to Capitol Drive, so watch out for that. Delays coming up from about North Avenue. I think those are pretty typical delays, though. They may not have anything to do with the accident itself. We do have some debris on the roadway northbound 41 right at the ramp from 145. They may have to close off a lane or two to try and clear that up. Not sure if it might be barrels that might have flown around. At this point, the rest of the system is looking okay. A little bit tight westbound 94 coming out of the stadium interchange. The issue on 794 has rectified itself. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Looks like another chance for storms today. Some could be severe. Keep your eye on the weather all day today. A high of 84, especially into the evening hours again. Tonight, scattered showers and storms early on, then partly cloudy and breezy, a low of 58. Really windy tonight, then things get really nice. Friday, sunny, cooler, 80. Saturday, 84. Sunday, a high of 73. Your forecast sponsored by Big Fish Contracting. Visit bigfishcontracting.com.
Southeast Wisconsin in the bullseye.
Bullseye!
Thank you. In the bullseye again for severe weather.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
What specifically we see with the strong storms this afternoon is not a certainty, but strong storms appear a certainty with severe weather likely today. Level 3 of 5 for all of Southeast Wisconsin from the Storm Prediction Center, the likelihood of seeing severe storms. What could we get from the National Weather Service? Intense period of storms expected. Tornadoes, widespread damaging winds, large hail. Greater risk for tornadoes this afternoon, especially near the Wisconsin-Illinois border. EF2 plus possible. Localized flash flooding. Otherwise should be a nice afternoon. Wow, that's a lot there. All possible. I'll get you more on the timing on all of that in a moment. All coming far too soon for parts of our area that got battered by severe weather on Wednesday.
That building had the roof fly off of it, cross the street, and then the roof is what is hanging down on the northern side of Lake right now.
That's TMJ4 meteorologist Lauren Larson, first on the scene in Horicon, where strong winds tore up part of downtown.
Could you hear the wind while you were driving down the road?
Yes, yeah, it sounded like a train.
Sounded like a train.
Yep, always does, right?
Well, usually a telltale sign of a tornado. That does not appear to be what happened in Dodge County. I don't have reports of any tornado touchdowns. You haven't seen that either, right? Strong straight line winds is what appears to be the culprit. Knocked down trees, ripped up the roof of a building, tossed it onto other buildings across the street. The mayor of Horicon is Josh Moss, and the city utilities director, Cody Vanderhei. They were eyewitnesses. Speaking here again with Lauren from TMJ4.
We were driving right past it, right when it happened, and we're like, what happened?
Well, we saw a lot of debris coming off the roof, and there was a lot of flying debris like garbage, roofing material, things that were blowing down through town, and we could see trees taking off at that time as well.
Seen some video of that on social media as well. You couldn't believe this roof is being torn apart. Yeah. And like I said, you're looking for the funnel cloud. You traditionally attribute that to a tornado. Doesn't always have to be. I mean, Niznansky will tell you all the time. Straight line winds.
Yep.
If it's, and I don't have a number, but if it's 80 miles an hour, that's hurricane force. So think about that. Lake Street in Horicon, if you know it, kind of the main drag right there. Crews did get that back open to traffic in the early evening. Now, just northeast of there is Lomira. Lomira, if you're I-41, you're headed up to the Fox Valley. It's going to be out your left-hand side there. There's a big fireworks store at the exit you get off of. You know what I'm talking about? Right. So we're in Lomira here for this.
This is a huge, giant tree that I can only imagine has been here on this property for decades. It's now leaning against this big white house.
That's TMJ4's Brendan Jones. He's live there at a home with multiple trees down. One had fallen on this house. Tons of volunteers were already there working to clean up. The skies were still cloudy at this point. And so Brendan comes up on Jody Smith here. It's her cousin's house.
We have the best community. There were so many more already that are coming in and out. I mean, there's been over 30 people here.
You hear that so often. You've covered the aftermath of storms, as have I. I don't care where you are in Wisconsin. I mean, before the funnel cloud has lifted back up and people are out there helping folks.
It is amazing. Yes. It's so cool. It gives you chills to know that people think that way.
And what you see all across our state when you have sort of these things. Other damage, I did see the big old Culver's barn in Beaver Dam got leveled.
That's down.
Around Wisconsin, you may see these blue barns. It says, thank you, farmers, on behalf of Culver's and whatever. And so one of those got knocked down. That's in Beaver Dam. But all that damage in Dodge County. Not that we didn't see ours. I don't know what happened out in Menominee Falls, but definitely by us, you knew when it was coming.
Oh, for sure. You felt it and saw it, but it was not nearly at the intensity that some of these other folks got.
No significant injuries reported in any of these storms. In Horicon, they said one woman was hit by a flying brick, which again tells you how strong the winds were. Right. If it can elevate a brick. She did not seek medical attention, but is going to be okay. Timing on the severe threat for this afternoon. National Weather Service is targeting a window between 3 and 7 p.m. So the front end of that window can actually be considerably west of our more populous communities right along the lakeshore. So think about that, between 3 and 7 for, again, the possibility of tornadoes, widespread damaging winds, large hail, flash flooding. So we will keep you updated as new data comes in for our meteorologists.
Could you hear the wind while you were driving down the road?
Yes. Yeah, it sounded like a train.
News about your money this morning, WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average was down more than 1.5% in trading on Wednesday, almost 1,000 points to 49,919. The NASDAQ at 25,170 was off about 2%, and the S&P 500 down more than 1.5% to 7267. Financial planning at every level, Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
I'm John Mercure, excited to be joined by Dr. Alex Young. He is the owner and founder of Connect Chiropractic, and Kim Knock. She's a patient and an employee at Connect. It's so good to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Dr. Alex, I want to start with you because, full disclosure, I'm also a patient. You put me in a place every single week where I know I'm going to be able to do the things I want to do pain-free. What makes Connect Chiropractic so unique?
Yeah, we take a different approach. Rather than looking at symptoms and chasing symptoms all day, we look at how your body's functioning. We want to get to the root cause of the problem and correct the root cause.
I love it because it's nuanced and it's gentle.
Absolutely, yeah. There's no twisting, no turning, no cracking, no popping. Very gentle, specific adjustments.
It is comfortable all the time. Kim, you've lived a life there with Connect and quite a journey. Tell us what brought you to Connect.
I did. In November of 24, I was in a car accident. I went for what people think you go to a chiropractor for is pain. So I went for pain in lower back and some whiplash. And previous in my life, I was diagnosed with needing carpal tunnel surgery. Partway through my care with their neurological test, those areas already flared up red because of what I was having with the car accident. I didn't tell them about the carpal tunnel pain. Partway through my care, when they started adjusting in my upper neck area, my numbness and tingling completely went away in my hands.
Wow.
I absolutely did not need carpal tunnel surgery. It was a misdiagnosis, so they saved me from surgery.
This is an amazing story. And Dr. Alex, intermittent pain, intermittent problems, they can be tough, but you guys always seem to get at the root of it.
Absolutely, yeah. We see people every day who, say they had a symptom last week, they took a pill, it went away, and now it's back this week, and they've probably been doing that for months or years or even longer. So it's something that, we need to listen to our body and take those symptoms as a warning sign and not just ignore them, not just cover them up.
It's really easy. Start your journey to feeling better. You deserve to feel better. Do that with my friends at Connect Chiropractic. GoConnectChiro.com. That's the website. GoConnectChiro.com. Connect with Connect. Dr. Alex, Kim, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
ABC News, I'm Sherry. Preston, more attacks in the Middle East, and now Iran's foreign ministry says the April 8th ceasefire is meaningless. ABC's Karen Waugh in Washington.
A new barrage of U.S. missiles striking multiple targets in Iran, including surveillance, communications, and air defense sites. And this new warning from President Trump, telling Fox News if the Iranians don't sign a peace deal, then the U.S. will bomb the expletive out of them tomorrow. Trump now acknowledging the fragile 2-month ceasefire with Iran is, quote, the most violated ceasefire in the history of the world.
The British Defense Secretary has just announced he is stepping down, saying government spending plans are falling short of what is needed. Police in Northern Ireland using water cannons on protesters in Belfast in a second night of anti-immigration protests. Storms blasting parts of the Midwest have left hundreds of thousands without power this morning across several states. This is ABC News.
We're looking at a little bit of a backup on northbound 41. As per usual, North Avenue up past Burleigh. We also have a crash on the off-ramp to Capitol Drive, so careful with that. Southbound on 43, still looking pretty good. No major issues there. And a few broken down vehicles on 94 through Racine County. Just something to keep in mind. There isn't really any lanes blocked, but there are some that are right near, like in the left shoulder, kind of close to the travel lane. So you want to be careful right along between Highway 11 and Highway 20. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm Team forecast a high of 84 degrees. By this afternoon, strong storms, some could turn severe, and that will continue into the early evening hours. Scattered showers and storms overnight, early, then partly cloudy and breezy with a low of 58. Milwaukee right now at 68. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, more on the potential for severe weather today. We did have powerful storms causing significant damage Wednesday, particularly in Dodge County. Cleanup well underway in Horicon. After strong winds ripped roofs from buildings and knocked down a brick wall in the downtown area. One resident there telling our news partners at TMJ4 he was outside.
And I was talking to a neighbor, and all of a sudden we heard sirens. And I said, "Are those tornado warnings?" "No, I don't think so," she said. So, and there was nothing by us. I mean, it got windy and rain, and that was about it.
What could we see today for the National Weather Service? The strong storms could bring damaging winds, hail, heavy rainfall, and strong tornadoes to parts of the region.
Construction season, of course, still underway, and with the storms, that's something to pay attention to. The city of Milwaukee, its Department of Public Works says flooding can be problematic when you have the construction underway as well.
You may have seen some storm grates having mesh netting around them. DPW Commissioner Gerald Kruschke says that's to keep construction zone debris out of the sewer system.
It does restrict a little bit, but not as much as people think. It's the debris on top of that mesh that really causes a lot of the flooding issues around construction sites.
Street teams are currently sweeping flood-prone areas, but Kruschke says it's often not enough to keep up with littering.
If you see debris in the public right-of-way, just get it out of there. Pick it up and move it off the side. That would benefit us and your neighbors.
On Milwaukee's near south side, Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
City officials in Milwaukee report promising results from a tougher approach to reckless driving. City Attorney Evan Goyke saying conviction rates for first offense reckless driving cases have jumped from 15% in 2023 to 84% last year. Comes after prosecutors stopped reducing charges in most cases. City officials say the tougher enforcement effort coincides with a drop in traffic fatalities, falling from 74 deaths 3 years ago to 55 in 2025.
Turns out the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds were scheduled to be at the Air and Water Show this year in Milwaukee, so why won't they be?
It's a heightened security risk right now. So the Thunderbirds had to switch their schedule around to make things work. And also we have the nation's 250th, so they're doing more this year. But number one reason is they wanted to switch dates with us.
That left Milwaukee with a problem. Master Sergeant Brian Allendorfer, now in charge of the Milwaukee Air and Water Show.
They offered us a date the third weekend of June. Back in May. Love you guys. We really want to have you, but the train left the station. I mean, we already had the show booked. We couldn't do that to everybody.
So they doubled down on civilian performers and warbirds to fill the space.
We have a great 4-hour show.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:35.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
Your Father's Day all-you-can-eat buffet is under $20 at the Mineshaft Family Restaurant in Hartford and Oshkosh. Kids under 3, eat free. Google and reserve today. It's the Mineshaft.
The Matrix is Penny Mustard's most popular TV stand.
Fake.
Huh?
The Matrix TV stand is obviously a computer-generated simulation.
How do you know?
Look closely at the Matrix.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I see?
Probably not.
What do you see?
Pixels.
Those aren't pixels.
That's wood grain.
You're just used to other TV stands made with fake veneers.
But the Matrix TV stand is handcrafted from solid wood.
Yeah, right. That's what they want you to believe. If the Matrix TV stand is real, why does it look different every time I see it?
Because each Matrix TV stand is built to your specifications and TV size.
How do you know so much about the Matrix?
Well,
You're one of them, aren't you?
Sure.
I knew it!
Come see the totally real and wildly popular Matrix TV stand, starting at $28.44 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better simulations of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:37.
A usually reliable reliever coughs one up. Sports at 6:45.
You know how we've talked about artificial intelligence and what those like Elon Musk have said for years now?
There's some chance that above zero that AI will kill us all.
He did say that there is a chance that AI could do the unthinkable. Well, one AI creator doubling down. Another urgent warning from Dario Amodei. He's the CEO and co-founder of Anthropic. We told you about Anthropic once before recently, where they were saying, hey, we need to pause what we're doing here because this is a concern. He again is telling ABC News he's worried about the future of everyone if government regulation is not instituted.
If we are the ones who are leading in AI, which I think we should continue to do, then it is easier to get our adversaries to agree to at least some minimal amount of restraint. I don't think we're going to get a lot. I don't trust China at all.
He's saying the U.S. needs to lead on this, has to be the first to say, okay, let's start doing this and lead by example.
Well, I hadn't thought about it from the international perspective. I was looking at it more like in-country competitors of how do you stay competitive with the ChatGPTs and the others as a business, but also do that responsibly. If they're not going to restrain themselves, then how do we put these constraints on ourselves? Hadn't thought about that internationally, but look at how that's happened with nuclear proliferation. You sign these agreements, these deals, and you say, we trust that you're doing what we say we're doing. You don't want to be the only ones scaling back,
right? Yep.
And then you're behind and caught, exactly.
In terms of the impact on jobs, the CEO tells ABC that the employment market has always recovered after technological innovations, but this time intervention may be necessary to help the public in the short and long term.
6:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
For those with a warm weather fashion passion, try St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores because that's where you'll find a vast array of men's, women's, girls, and boys' warm weather apparel at the friendliest prices. So many choices and at such a value. You can fill the closet without draining your wallet. Shop warm weather fashions at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Hey, John Mercure here for Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. Quite simply the best in the business. You got a shoulder that's not feeling great. Maybe it's an ankle or a knee. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin and their top-tier doctors can get you feeling how you deserve to feel. My wife, Michelle, had a back issue. OHOW put her in a great place. She's on the mend. She's feeling better. She's doing all the things that she wants to do. Start at the website, ohow.com, ohow.com. Request an appointment. Start your journey to feeling better with the best. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin.
It doesn't get any headlines just to be silently good. Big Fish Contracting, we say renovating homes. redeeming an industry.
It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
We're not only educating homeowners, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us. I mean, there's just such beauty in it, you know? If anyone is considering reaching out to us,
Or you can check us out on our website, bigfishcontracting.com.
641, Debbie, what do you see on the roads?
A little bit of a backup southbound 41 from just south of Appleton Avenue down to about Capitol Drive. The northbound side has a crash on the Capitol Drive off-ramp. Other than that, delays from North Avenue to Burleigh, and then westbound 94, a little bit tight right through the stadium interchange to Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with your Storm Team forecast. Southeast Wisconsin bracing for another round of showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be severe this afternoon and evening. We'll look for high temperatures to top out in the mid-80s. We'll start tonight with some scattered showers and storms wrapping up, then becoming partly cloudy and breezy with lows in the upper 50s. A lot more sunny for our Friday and cooler. Less humidity. We'll look for high temperatures close to 80 degrees.
Milwaukee's at 68.
It's time to honor an everyday hero. We do it every Thursday in Wisconsin's Morning News. We celebrate an average John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they got up one morning they'd be saving a life. Today, Vince, we head to Costa Maya, Mexico.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
It is lovely this time of year. A Carnival Jubilee cruise stop. So the giant cruise ship docking at this site. Now, you know how this works if you've ever been on a cruise. Oftentimes, the cruise ship will actually dock right there along the shoreline. It's giant, long cement pier dock, right? And it's huge, and it can be deep, too. Like, it's not like at the lake here in Wisconsin where the dock is a foot above the water or anything like that. So passengers, they get off and on. Well, at this one moment, this elderly man in his 80s, he's from Texas, was getting back on the ship and he fell from the dock.
No.
So he's in the water alongside this enormous ship that's in that area trying to dock.
I seen an old guy under the water, submerged.
So that's Myron Tucker there, man, from Conway, Arkansas. So he was on vacation with his wife's 7-year anniversary, having their time there. So he's coming back before the ship is supposed to leave, and he sees all this happening. And he's watching the crews trying to, like, get something down to this guy. They're throwing rafts, and this guy's in his 80s and clearly struggling.
People trying to put a rope down there, but ain't no way they can get it if you're unconscious under the water. So I knew I had about a minute or so to get him, and I just reacted like, I got to get him.
So
he didn't jump in.
He tells CBS he took off his shoes, took off his backpack, and he jumped off the dock. And the boat is right there. Jumps off. You can see it on video, by the way. So he makes the big leap. He's in the water near the cruise ship and the dock with this guy.
I hit him on the back, and the water started coming out of his mouth. And he came back, and he was looking, discombobulated, like, what's going on? I'm like, man, this ain't your day to die, man. This ain't your day.
No, sir. A lot of this caught on video. KATV ABC7 has it. We have a link on our website. Just text the word hero to the Saturday Unlimited WDTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. They're in the water about 10 minutes. Crew's busy trying to pull them out. Myron's wife, here's my favorite part, shows up. Amy, she walks up there wondering what's going on, sees his shoes in his bag. Where's my husband? And witnesses have to tell her that, no, he's in the water saving a man's life. So the two of them in the water, crews get him out. He's a hero.
I really don't expect nothing. So I just saved another man's life, and I wanted him to make it home to his kids like I made it home to my kids.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Myron Tucker. You, sir, are an everyday hero. So do you want to hear what the cruise ship did for him to celebrate?
Well, got to be an upgrade.
The couple received recognition on board, including commemorative pins.
Yeah. What else?
A complimentary dinner at the ship's steakhouse.
Okay, now we're talking.
You're getting the best stuff right there. And a thank you message from the stateroom attendant.
Not from the captain?
Says here, stateroom attendant.
Stateroom attendant.
I think captain needs to come down.
So it was the captain who fell in the water. I'm kidding. No. Elderly man, by the way, doing well, and they had a great time on their trip.
Where you live matters. Searching for assisted living can bring a lot of questions and a lot of emotion. At the Wisconsin Assisted Living Association, we believe you need a clear, complete picture without pressure. That's why we partnered with the American Seniors Housing Association on whereyoulivematters.org, a one-stop destination with unbiased information to help you understand your options and connect directly with providers in your area. No confusion, just tools that help you take the next step with confidence. Start your research today at whereyoulivematters.org.
Vince Vitrano for Horner Plumbing, and I've got a deal for you. It's about your outdoor plumbing. You know where the hose bib is? If you water the lawn or your flowers or garden, it's the faucet-looking piece. Some call it the spigot. It's where you attach the hose, right? And I'm guessing the one or couple that you may have on your house, probably the original hardware, right? So here's what a new hose bib from Horner Plumbing can do for you. Stop the drips and leaks, wasting a lot of water. If you're getting wet all the time and it's leaking, and it can prevent bigger trouble. We had a pipe explode once in our house because even though we had shut the water off, the bib was still collecting water and it froze and the pipe, and that was a disaster. Horner can help prevent that from happening. Now, I promised you a deal. Get Horner Plumbing out to the house, and Erin there tells me the first 10 customers who call for a hose bib replacement and mention Vinny sent you, she'll knock $100 off the cost of your project. The preferred plumbing company since 1969, HornerPlumbing.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The home runs continued in Las Vegas.
Perkins 2-2 pitch and a fly ball to left and deep. It is way back and it is way gone. Gary Sanchez with one of the longest home runs of the year for any of the Brewers, and it is 2-0 Milwaukee. 466 feet off the bat of Gary Sanchez. That is the longest of the year for the Crew.
I don't know any Gary Sanchez. I know a Kraken. No Kraken call.
That's all I got. So I don't have a
Find
Kraken.
me one. Every time Kraken goes yard, I want to.
I know. I actually debated whether. So Jackson Churio also went yard. He hit the camera guy, but that was it for the Crew. Yeah. Brandon Sprout looked great, but they got into the late innings. Chad Patrick comes in and just could not hold it.
2-1 drilled out of here to right field. This is a no doubt about it home run by Cortez, the 14th home run of the series for the A's. Greets Chad Patrick, and we got a one-run game. 3-2 in the bottom of the seventh.
Yeah, up next, Lawrence Butler would hit a two-run shot after another man got on, and the A's would take the lead, hold on to win 4-3. I think they're ready to get out of Las Vegas.
Let's be done with that.
Time to go. Day off today. They host the Phillies starting tomorrow night, right here on WDTMJ.
Packers will wrap up mandatory minicamp in Green Bay today.
We're talking about practice.
Yeah, but the guys are around and they're feeling chatty.
I'm gonna go out there with every day with the mindset to continue to earn that contract every single day.
That's wide receiver Christian Watson, who just signed a 4-year extension with the Packers. Jaden Reed also locked up over the long term. And number 1 draft pick from a year ago, Matthew Golden, entering his second season. Quarterback Jordan Love, he's really enjoying camp.
Jay Reed and Christian have been guys who have been here. They've been consistent, and they know what they're doing out there. And then I think for MG, like I said, it's just having that jump from year 1 to year 2 and being as consistent as possible. But when all three of those guys are on the field at the same time, I think we're going to be a dangerous offense.
Yeah, Packers, one more week of OTAs. That is coming up next week.
How did this happen in New York? The Knicks were down 29 points in the third quarter of the NBA Finals, and somehow, someway, they come back to win it.
Launches a straight on three, missed it short, tipped by Anunoby, he put it in, Anunoby put it in, the Knicks take the lead with 1.2 to go.
That's how it sounded on New York Knicks radio. OG Anunoby tips it in, they win. That is the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history.
Oh my!
Yeah, I know, Doris. Up next, Game 5. The Knicks lead 3-1 over the Spurs. That game is in San Antonio on Saturday night. World Cup starts today, Mexico and South Africa.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long-forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/you-got-this. Member FDIC.
When your AC doesn't have to work as hard, it's going to last longer, right? Same would go for your furnace. Vince Vitrano for USA Insulation. That makes sense. Keep the cooler air in with an insulation job from USA, and your AC gets a break. Not only helps you save on your electric bills this summer, but also keeps your unit from burning out too soon. Summer is heating up. We're going to do it again here with the heat and humidity. Temperatures in the 80s. Well, your home does not have to get hot inside. Let's get my man Jeff out to your place. Get your project started now. Tell Jeff Vinny told you want those government rebates and discounts from $1,200 to up to $4,000, depending on what type of project you go with. Get started at usainsulation.net.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Behind every breaking headline, there's a reporter whose perspective deserves to be heard. This is WTMJ's Adam Roberts. Join me Sunday mornings at 10 on Reporter's Notebook as we break down the news from the lens of the reporter and analyze stories that deserve closer inspection. We'll also give you a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into a reporter's job and how the news you hear every day comes together.
Bringing you the story behind the story. It's Reporter's Notebook, Sunday mornings at 10 on WTMJ.
East Troy Lions Fest is this weekend. Free admission, live music, free parking, carnival rides, food, and fireworks Saturday, parade on Sunday. Details at easttroylions.org.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here at 6:52.
We got some delays on northbound 41 from about North Avenue up past Burleigh. We do have a crash on the off-ramp to Capitol Drive as well, so careful there. Southbound on 41, backing up from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol. Westbound 94, delays now just about at 35th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound slowing down just through the Stadium Interchange to 35th Street. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic sponsored by East Troy Lions Fest. That's this weekend. Free admission and free parking.
Got another chance for rain and storms today. The storms could be severe this afternoon and into this evening. Pay attention to it. A high of 84. Tonight, scattered showers and storms early on. A low of 58. Friday, sunny, cooler, a high of 80. Much calmer through the weekend.
At 6:53, joined now by ESPN's Jen Latta. She is in studio with us this morning. Jen, I'm not typically an optimist, as you guys know, when we talk about our teams that I like. And,
or anything.
And it's mini camp.
We talking about practice.
That said, based on the sports that we've been doing through the week, I'm starting to feel like the Packers' house is really well in order. Locking up a couple of guys long-term. Christian Watson, who is entering the contract year of his deal. Jaden Reed. Tucker Kraft seems like he might be next. Like, are things really good in Green Bay right now?
I think things are really good, with one caveat. I'm nervous about the offensive line. I think that offensive line.
Then all that stuff I just said doesn't matter.
No, I mean,
if you can't protect your guy.
You're right. And that's what, so like, yes, is it great that they were able to lock up Christian Watson? Do I think that he has the potential to be a number one in the league? I do. I think he's a horrible mismatch for corners and safeties and just defensive backs as a whole. Tucker Kraft is one of the best tight ends in the league, at least from the small sample size that we've seen when he's been healthy. And I love this attitude he has of, I want to be a Packer for life. I'm going to be ready for week one. I was at the Luke Combs concert when he was chugging beers. Like, this guy is Packers
He's ours.
Through and through. So and while Packers fans have like little annoyances and irritations with some of the other players, you mentioned Watson, people are like, oh, can he stay healthy? That's why there was some consternation over the contract that he was given. Keyshawn Nixon, is he really a CB1? Like, people have like legitimate concerns for some of the players, I don't think you have those with Tucker Kraft. So that in and of itself is a very good thing. But what will this offensive line look like, guys? I think we know who the bodies are going to be coming out of camp this week. It's that this new kid, Jagger Burton out of Kentucky, has been taking reps with the ones. So will he slot in there? And again, there have been rookies who have done very well when they've stepped in there. Brian Bulaga always comes to mind, right? As far as playing on the Super Bowl team. But I still think, like, what is Jordan Morgan as a left tackle? We don't know. And so they need to make sure that when week 1 rolls around, they feel so confident with those 5 who are protecting Jordan Love that all of those other things that you mentioned offensively can actually click.
I just like that when I listed the wide receiver room, and you do, if you can keep Watson healthy through the season and Jaden Reed emerges, and important, Matthew Golden takes that big second-year step. Typically in wide receivers, don't we see a sophomore slump?
You do, but I don't know if you can slump off of what he did year 1.
Wasn't big enough,
right? Like
he was only ascending.
He was just a sprinkling of Matthew Golden, and I do think that we are still all paying attention to the Josh Jacobs situation and how that is going to affect his availability, if at all. I don't know. It is interesting that we haven't heard any developments.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Wouldn't you expect? I mean, if I'm Jacobs' team and they're true to their word that there's not a there, I would expect the district attorney at some point to say, "Hey, to
be compelled
to
say, hey, there's
you got to say something then."
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. From what we've heard, the rumblings, if you will, which are not necessarily accurate, but the rumblings are that this may sort of go away. But it is going to be up to the league guys to decide still, Roger Goodell and company to decide still, if Josh Jacobs had any involvement, if he was, to blame for any of that situation that we heard about. And if he was, they still have the ability to suspend him for a certain portion of time. So again,
the
that's
NFL
why
no
people
longer
are still
hides
pointing
behind,
at
well,
that.
there weren't criminal charges, therefore there's nothing to see here. They can still take their own disciplinary action that's independent of anything that
and
law
have done that
enforcement
before.
does.
Yep. So again, I think you're right on where you say like things, but I think we saw a post the other day that said that the Packers are a sleeper team. Here are the 6 sleeper teams in the NFL. And Joshie, our producer over on Jen Gave It Chewy, was like, don't love the Packers being called a sleeper team. I think he prefers that Jordan Love continues ascending. We believe that Matt LaFleur is going back to basics with his offense. If you remember year 1 of Matt LaFleur, it was really, really good. What will Jonathan Gannon look like as the defensive coordinator for them? Packers a sleeper team? Like, do you as a Packers fan want them to be a sleeper team? I guess I just want them to
I
be
don't care.
anything
Go
other.
ahead and sleep on my team.
I want them to be anything other than the 7 seed. How's that?
Yes, let's do that. 6:58. Thanks, Jen, on Wisconsin's Morning News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
The would-be neighbors of a casino and resort that the Menominee Indian tribe want to build in Kenosha are pushing back against the proposal. Municipalities believe that they'll end up shouldering many of the public costs associated with the proposed $360 million Hard Rock Hotel and Casino without seeing a dollar of the revenue. The Medical College of Wisconsin has purchased nearly 10 acres in Tosa. The land is currently a parking lot, though a spokesperson said that the college is exploring potential future uses for the property. And family-owned jewelry brand Gorjana plans to open its second Wisconsin store at the corners of Brookfield this weekend. I'm Addison Lathers from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who has been in the business even longer than I have, with a couple of other big-name companies. He was talking about how it's tough to compete with us because we have good agents and we charge less commission. And he even said that he lost a few listings to us, and it always bothered him because he realized that he was doing everything that we were doing, but he was charging more. We do charge less, and we do everything that a full-service agency does, because we are full-service real estate agents. The only difference is we give you our very best commission rate up front. You do pay for what you get. And with Century 21 Benefit Realty for 1.9% on the listing side of your home, with a cap of $19,000 commission on any size home, you can get full-service experienced agents, MLS marketing, professional photos, even virtual walkthroughs, and everything you get from any other big-name agent, all under the umbrella of the Century 21 brand. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Saving money on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Get your project started right with our huge selection of concrete and mortar mixes. Our concrete products are great for a variety of applications, from installing a walkway to setting a post. View our entire selection of concrete mixes and supplies in store and on Menards.com. Plus, check out the weekly flyer for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano talking with Dr. Mike Nolte at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Doc, a lot of people are hesitant to visit a surgeon for spine care.
The good news is that the vast majority of patients that I see and the majority of conditions that I can see can be successfully treated without surgery. And I don't want patients to think that just because you're seeing a spine surgeon means that you're going to be signing up for surgery. We talk about, in my clinic, kind of a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. OrthoWisconsin.com.
Transform your home today. Exterior Pros. Trust the pros.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Thursday, June 11th, our top story. Timing out more severe weather.
I'm Eric Bilstead. The airstrikes keep coming.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Southbound on 41, backing up from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol. The northbound side just heavy between North Avenue and Burleigh. Westbound 94, you got some backups from about 35th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound's just slowing down coming out of the Stadium interchange to 35th. And then on eastbound 894, we've got backups from 76th Street all the way past 60th. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast. Chance of rain, storms this afternoon. Some could be severe with a high of 84 degrees. Scattered showers and storms early tonight and a low of 58. Right now it's 68. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, indeed, another round of strong to severe storms expected to move through southeast Wisconsin later today. Timing sometime 3 o'clock in the afternoon through 7 o'clock tonight. Those storms could pack a punch. Tornadoes are possible with the severe weather. Some areas cleaning up already after damaging winds passed through Wednesday afternoon. Much of the damage in Dodge County.
Oh my God! Look at over there!
Video posted on social media shows wind tearing through buildings in downtown Horicon. Several buildings with windows blown out and portions of their roofs ripped off. Near Beaver Dam, one of Culver's blue Thank You Farmers barns was left in tatters with its roof caved in. Thursday's forecast calls for another possible round of severe thunderstorms with all weather threats on the table. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Peace talks between the U.S. and Iran appear to be at a standstill as both countries are escalating attacks. U.S. Central Command says forces carried out strikes on several targets in southern Iran for nearly 4 hours.
Clearly, the negotiations to try to end the conflict, end this war, not going as the administration had hoped. You've got this new round of strikes from both sides as both cannot seem to manage to just close it out and finalize a deal. So now we've got another heavy round of U.S. strikes inside of Iran, really as a way to pressure Iranian leaders to accept the terms of the deal that the White House is pushing.
News Nation's Joe Khalil there. In retaliation, Iran launching attacks against U.S. interests in Jordan and in Kuwait.
The war sending inflation soaring. ABC's Karen Hua.
President Trump raising eyebrows yesterday with this comment about the new inflation figures.
The numbers were great. You know what I really love? I love the inflation.
He later clarified the remark, saying he was just happy the numbers were not higher.
The president continues to assert that a deal is close to being done to end the fighting.
A Milwaukee County judge is placing dozens of High Grove Holdings properties under outside management.
The court appointed a receiver to take control of 86 rental properties after U.S. Bank claimed the California-based company failed to repay a multi-million-dollar loan. The ruling affects roughly one-third of High Grove's Milwaukee portfolio. Community group Common Ground praising the decision as they argue many renters have endured unsafe living conditions and delayed repairs for years. A company based in Madison will now oversee day-to-day operations and maintenance at the properties. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee's near south side is a barrage of orange barrels, although take your pick of any community here in southeast Wisconsin. But particularly to this location, city leaders say the simultaneous road construction is not avoidable.
Department of Public Works Commissioner Gerald Kruschke says Wisconsin's window of time for construction is limited.
If we waited for every project to be completed before beginning the next one, these critical projects would take decades to complete.
County Supervisor Juan Miguel Martinez says patience will pay off.
I remember a few years ago, the same thing happened on Lapham. Ever since that project has been completed, reckless driving incidents have gone down by 80%.
And a reminder from Kruschke.
Please do not move those cones.
On Milwaukee's near south side, Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Coming up, health officials keeping an eye on the soccer stage. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:05. News is brought to you by Margot Media. Margot Media, digital marketing done right.
For growing businesses, digital marketing shouldn't be a gamble. If your business needs results, not guesswork, it's time for a different approach. At Margot Media, we deliver real results for businesses in an evolving digital world. Backed by data, guided by strategy, and focused on actionable outcomes. We partner with businesses of all sizes to drive growth locally or nationwide. Set up a free consultation today. Visit us at marglemedia.com. That's MARGLE media.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Buy one pizza today, get a second pizza free at the amazing Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford and in Oshkosh. Don't cook, don't even think about it. You don't need to clean up either. Call, order, and pick up shortly, or just walk in for your free Thursday pizza, mineshaft.restaurant.com.
That bathroom of yours, its look is more than worn on its welcome. And a remodeling job? Right now, that's just a little too steep for your checkbook. Well, Lester's Glass Service can give your bathroom a fresh new look, an affordable upgrade that can really produce some pretty desirable results. You could replace that drab shower curtain and install a gorgeous new glass shower door. Why don't you come by our showroom in Hales Corners? And when you get here, we can share with you the myriad of options you have available. Decorative glass, stained glass, beveled mirrors, improvements you may not have realized you could do. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service, and glass and mirrors have been our business for over 35 years. You know, my dad Les says, when you're good, you last. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:08.
Brewers had this one until they didn't. Back home to face the Phillies, sports at 7:15.
Recently fired Wisconsin Center District President and CEO Marty Brooks could face criminal charges for alleged misappropriation of public funds. Sources tell WTMJ if the district referred those charges, the board, to the DA's office, it would be compelled to look at it. Milwaukee defense attorney Julius Kim tells WTMJ that Brooks' decision to turn down a settlement offer from the district may have been different if he had known about the reason for his firing.
Maybe Marty Brooks didn't realize that some of the things that he was doing or the purchases that he were making might be not just questionable, but illegal. And now that it's kind of been brought to his attention, yeah, he's probably a little nervous at this point.
Brooks has until July 8th to appeal.
A powerful leader in Madison being remembered for raising $250 million for youth and families.
Michael Johnson, president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, died unexpectedly over the weekend. Michelle McCoy says his mentorship helped her in her community service.
It wasn't just about him. He was about building people, helping people.
And South Prairie community leader D. Star says Johnson helped create real pathways for the youth.
Now some of them are in Hollywood. Now some of them are lawyers and doctors.
Johnson was just 50 years old. Tori Lowe, WTMJ News.
The World Cup kicks off today, and for the first time in decades, matches being hosted in the U.S.
That means millions of soccer fans from around the world are entering the country, and public health officials are on alert.
One big concern is the spread of infectious disease. Of course, people are coming from all different parts of the world. They're spending time in airports, hotels, restaurants, packed stadiums, which creates opportunities for illnesses to spread quickly and easily.
Dr. Ben Weston is the Chief Health Policy Advisor for Milwaukee County. Weston shares that much of the work is being done behind the scenes.
A lot of people never notice these systems in action. They're behind the scenes, and that's kind of the goal.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
First World Cup match this afternoon. It's Mexico and South Africa.
This report is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. Visit sidingunlimited.com.
Our home values have gone up over the years while our home continues to age every second. This is Eric Brown with Aaron Brown, brothers and owners of our family business, Siding Unlimited.
While those values continue to go up and homes continue to age, we see homeowners have become more concerned about who is going to do the work. Making the right decision has become the top priority and a nervous decision.
What's great about Siding Unlimited, we've seen so many people choose us, and their responses years after the project is remarkable. Siding Unlimited delivers on quality products and installation, making longevity and peace of mind a priority with new windows, doors, roofing, and siding.
Trust the local, family-operated Siding Unlimited to be the company of choice for your next window project. Proven to be the best by earning Pella's prestigious Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times.
Siding Unlimited. Experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Call Siding Unlimited at 262-567-4513 or visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Checking in with Debbie here at 7-Eleven.
Bit of a backup eastbound 94 now coming out of the stadium interchange from about Holly Road all the way to 35th. On northbound 41, we've actually got a pretty good ride, even though we do have an accident on the Capitol Drive off-ramp. The southbound side's backing up a bit from Appleton Avenue down past Hampton. Otherwise, everything else is looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with your Storm Team forecast. Southeast Wisconsin bracing for another round of showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be severe this afternoon and evening. We'll look for high temperatures to top out in the mid-80s. We'll start tonight with some scattered showers and storms wrapping up, then becoming partly cloudy and breezy with lows in the upper 50s. A lot more sunny for our Friday and cooler. Less humidity. We'll look for high temperatures close to 80 degrees.
Milwaukee's at 70 right now.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Petrano and Eric Bilstad.
Some damage done and more severe weather on the way today.
Happening today.
So those storms that rolled through yesterday, that was intense. Some hit a little bit harder than others. Horicon cleanup is underway there. I mean, they started cleaning up almost immediately, it seems like, after that area got hit.
Horicon, Dodge County, Beaver Dam, Lomira, also in Dodge County, seem to be the hardest hit spots.
Strong winds ripping some rooftops off buildings, knocking down brick walls in a downtown area of Horicon. Some barns also got hit hard. This resident chatting with TMJ4 News.
And I was talking to a neighbor, and also we heard sirens. I said, are those tornado warnings? No, I don't think so, she said. So, and there was nothing by us. I mean, it got windy and rain, and that was about it.
But that wind did its damage. I mean, it doesn't take much.
Out of deference to you, sir, the 80-mile-an-hour wind is still a lot. It can tear the rooftops off of buildings. And Niznansky talks about that all the time, of don't sleep on straight-line winds. Just because it's not a tornado doesn't mean it can't cause a lot of damage.
So we can expect more storms again later this morning, hail being the main concern there. The storms later on today could be more intense. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson.
We are still anticipating widespread showers and thunderstorms to move in from west to east this evening. Generally between about 5 and 9 p.m. Strongest storms capable of producing damaging winds. The tornado threat today is a little bit higher, especially near the state line. And we can't rule out, again, some heavy downpours, as well as a little bit of some isolated flooding.
And, of course, we'll be all over it here on News Radio WTMJ, Wisconsin's Afternoon News. They were busy on Wednesday covering
They were
this.
in the soup during the show.
We'll cover it again today if need be.
Catch a Brewers showdown with the Phillies Friday, June 12th through Sunday the 14th. Come see the crew and leave with a giveaway as the first 25,000 fans on Saturday the 13th will get a William Contreras bobblehead, courtesy of Nicolay Water. Then, kids own the ballpark Sunday the 14th when the first 5,000 fans ages 14 and under get a Sal Frelick jersey, courtesy of Joy. Score your seats for a can't-miss summer weekend at Brewers.com.
Your doctor said give it time, but it's not getting better. Vince Vitrano for MD Hyperbaric. Now stay with me on this. I'll explain how it works. This new clinic in Wauwatosa, it's hyperbaric oxygen therapy. I actually did it. I tried it. Why high pressure at MD Hyperbaric actually increases oxygen availability to the areas that need extra support, especially when inflammation, injury, or poor circulation, when that's slowing your recovery. Also helps with breathing issues. That's where I felt it most, really. I don't have asthma or other breathing issues per se, but I can tell you, next day when I was playing tennis, so much more wind left after the long points, even days removed from that therapy. Now, especially if you're struggling with recovery from an injury or surgery, and you've tried patience, you've tried rest, you're pushing through. Now try this. Oxygen under pressure. MDHyperbaric.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The Home Run Derby went on for another day in Las Vegas.
And here's Jackson Churio to lead off against Jack Perkins. Swing and a drive deep up into the sky in left center field. Watch this baby way out. Almost hit the center field camera above the batter's eye. And the Brewers playing Home Run Derby against Jack Perkins tonight. They lead it 3-0 in the third.
Jackson Churio hit the camera in center field. Brewers.com says it broke the handle, sent some debris flying, but the camera otherwise was okay.
What about the camera operator?
He's okay. He was fine.
Right.
He even said, I'm good. I'm
Yes.
good. 3-0 was
for my
the
photog
lead
buddies.
for the Brewers. The Kraken also going yards. So the Brewers hitting home runs, and Brandon Sproat looking really good. Carried a shutout through 5 innings. He left in the 6th with just 1 run allowed. But then, unfortunately, Chad Patrick just had himself a bad day, giving up the lead in the span of 3 hitters.
Tiger take the lead. He swings and drills one deep to center field. It's way back and way out of here. Butler over the batter's eye, and in 3 batters, the A's have taken the lead with 3 extra base hits to greet Chad Patrick.
Yeah, Lawrence Butler there with the 2-run shot would do it. Brewers fall 4-3 off today. The Phillies come to town starting tomorrow.
Green Bay Packers, one more day of mini camp.
Happening today.
Final practice of the 3-day mandatory workouts in Green Bay. Game wrecker Micah Parsons. Of course, he's still rehabbing after that ACL surgery. Remember last week, though, what he predicted for defensive end Lucas Van Ness?
By the end of the season, if Luke stays healthy, he'll probably be the favorite. That's how much confidence I have in him.
Van Ness said to be having a good mini camp, flattered by the support of one of the game's best.
I've learned a lot from Mike over the past year. He's taught me a lot about how I can, improve and work on my game. And he's just a really good dude, really good guy, and a good guy to have in my corner.
Yeah. Now, did you catch, though, what Micah said on the front end? That Van Ness would be the favorite.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah. Important reporter follow-up question here.
Who are you? I'm already a favorite.
I mean, not over me, per se. Just Packers will open one final week of OTAs. That'll be next week.
We talking about practice.
The World Cup kicks off today. Mexico versus South Africa this afternoon. USA starts tomorrow night against Paraguay. To the NBA Finals, the Knicks were down 29 points in the third quarter, and somehow they won.
Brunson gets it, fires up a 3. Shot no good. The tip, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. With 1.2 remaining, Knicks take the lead. OG Anunoby, and it's 107-106. Bedlam here at the Garden. They can't believe it.
Yeah, just shock on the fans' faces. Somehow they come back to beat the Spurs, and the Knicks are now 1 win away from the championship. Game 5 is Saturday night in San Antonio.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Vince Petrano here for Hunt's Flooring in Greenfield. Getting the house ready. You got a lot of folks coming over through the summer, and you clean the floors, but they still don't look nice. That's what became of our carpeting and vinyl in our home. We got the carpets professionally cleaned once, and they still looked gray and dull. Steam cleaned the same old, decades-old vinyl. It's not like we put it in a time machine. If this sounds like your house, let's get my team from Hunt's to upgrade and replace. The compliments will come pouring in all summer long. That's what happened at my house since we got real hardwood installed at a great price from Hunt's. Now, Hunt's Flooring works efficiently, keeps turnaround times really quick, so you're not stuck in a long summer project. They tear it out, and then weeks later, they come back to actually put the floors in. It's not how it works with Hunt's. They will turn your project around quickly. You ain't got time for that. Tell them Vinny sent you. Stop out at Highway 100 in Greenfield or get started at huntsflooring.com.
At Johnson Financial Group, we know shaping the future of your business takes understanding your landscape. And having a local financial partner makes all the difference. For over 50 years, our commercial banking team has provided expertise to align growth and succession strategies for businesses across Wisconsin. Because businesses that grow here deserve a partner rooted here. Customer focus, community commitment, local partnership. That's Johnson Financial Group. Let's grow here together.
Products and services by Johnson Financial Group Companies, Johnson Bank and Johnson Wealth Incorporated.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Are you thinking about what you're going to do this summer? Maybe into the fall, looking to plan that cool Wisconsin trip, take advantage of the outdoor beauty. Maybe it's museums, maybe it's a family trip, or how about a romantic getaway? We've got you covered on Experience Wisconsin. We're going to twist you around the state, show you some cool places, introduce you to some amazing folks. This week on Experience Wisconsin, it is Elkhart Lakes Road America and iconic Ishnala Supper Club. Saturdays at 1 on WTMJ.
Checking in with Debbie here at 7:22.
Things are slowing down along southbound 43 now between Good Hope Road and about Bender Road. A little bit more of a delay than south of Keefe, heading down towards Locust. Southbound 41 slowing from Appleton Avenue all the way past Capitol Drive to Burleigh. Northbound slow from North Avenue to Burleigh. Westbound 94, you're seeing delays from about 35th Street to Holly Road. Eastbound, same thing. Holly Road to 35th Street and 4394 northbound, backing up now from Howard Avenue up past Oklahoma. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast brought to you by Big Fish Contracting. Visit bigfishcontracting.com. See how they're renovating homes and redeeming an industry. High of 84 degrees today, and our potential for severe weather with a window opening at 3 p.m. according to the National Weather Service should run through 7 p.m. tonight. Risk of tornadoes, hail, strong winds. Scattered showers and storms early tonight, then partly cloudy and breezy with a low of 58. For the weekend, Friday, 80 degrees, mostly sunny. Saturday, mostly sunny with a chance in the afternoon or evening hours of some showers and storms and a high of 84. Sunday looks perfect, mostly sunny and a high of 73. Milwaukee's at 69.
Well, for a lot of kids, a lot of students, last day of school is this week. For many, it's today. My kids are done today. Half day, end of the finals, and then they're running home. You can see it around the house. A little bit more casual around the house.
Little loose.
a little looser at the moment. So let's take you inside the classroom. Our favorite chem teacher from South Milwaukee High School, Ms. Fremming, joins us on the YouTube live stream on Wisconsin's Morning News. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Yes, very good morning.
Yeah,
Last day.
So is it bittersweet at all? Are you sad to see the young men and women leave, or are you simply celebrating today?
A little bit of both. No, it is really sad to see them go, but I'm so excited for them. It's kind of funny because this was a very difficult class over the last few years, the class of 2026, and they had a lot of challenges. But it's really neat to see how much they've grown, and just, it's funny. I've been watching them lately, and I'm like, they're going to be all right. They're pretty wonderful people. So it is really cool. tonight is the 8th grade completion for my daughter as well. So unfortunately, I can't be at graduation this year for South Milwaukee, which makes me kind of sad. But I've had a lot of students stop in to say bye, and so it's been good.
You mentioned a tough year. I'm curious, if a lot of fun stuff to talk about, but on a serious note, as we look at the continued recovery from that time that we spent in virtual for so long in COVID and how test scores have either rebounded or not, what are you seeing in the classroom right now?
I think it's, especially for teachers, it's been, really hard. The workload is just increasing, that the student needs are increasing too. And there's just being so much more asked of teachers. We are not just teaching, the fun subjects and doing that kind of stuff and teaching learning. We are counselors, we are parents, we are just doing so much, and we're just being stretched so emotionally and mentally, I think, that it's been pretty difficult that way. I think just some of the, support that we've always had, we just don't quite get as much, whether that's from the district, whether that's from parents. I think it's just been pretty hard. And so, we have a lot of teachers that are leaving, and it's not because they've stopped love teaching, or, it's not because they stopped loving our students. I think sometimes it's because they almost care too much for too long, and they are just burnt out.
It's a lot of work. Well, we appreciate you. Are you still the cool teacher? Are you still the fun one?
Yeah, of course.
Just curious. I don't know. Things can change over years.
Yes.
It's funny. You would appreciate this. I saw this funny thing on social media. The generation wars, and it said Gen X, or it said Gen Z parents are picking up their kids today with their cars decorated, and last school celebrating last day of school. It said Gen X parents was, why are you home? Did you miss the bus? School was out last week.
Yes, exactly.
So what happens today? What happens today, Ms. Fremy? Do you watch a movie? Do you actually do some lab work? What's the plan?
No, unfortunately, students have exams. Right. I'm doing lots of cleaning and answering questions, and they are working hard. So,
and explaining why Johnny got a C+, maybe. If he...
Yes, exactly. And can I still turn this in? Lots of that.
We're pretty much done here, guys. If you did any work for the previous 6 months.
She is.
Although I'm not above bribery, so I do have a lot of glassware that needs to be cleaned. I mean,
all right,
that's nice. Couple of beakers
today. There you go.
Yes.
Hey, we appreciate you, our favorite chem teacher, Ms. Fremy. You are one of the best, Ms. Fremy. Thank you so much. Congratulations on another year.
Thank you so much, guys. All right, take care.
See ya. 727.
News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update. Dow Jones Industrial did not have a good day. Down almost 1,000 points on Wednesday. Back below 50,000 to 49,919. NASDAQ closed at 25,170. That was off about 2%. And the S&P 500 down as well, 120 points to 7267. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, our weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market, how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents. It's sponsored by the original Knowledge Broker, R&R Insurance. And joining me today is Jeff Salazinski, Executive Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, a lot of talk about artificial intelligence in every industry recently. You had an interesting take on what's going on in the insurance business.
Thank you, Vince. Great to be here. AI usage is certainly hot in our industry right now. Recently, it caused broker stocks to decline more than 10%, and many predictions were being made.
Yeah, what are you paying close attention to?
The actions of certain players in the marketplace are very interesting. One big broker has gone so far as to say they're a tech platform that includes insurance. Leaders in our industry are also raising several important questions that I believe are important to your audience.
You have a few examples to share on that?
Bad data will result in poor decisions. Your model, your broker's model, or any model. Beware. When a business or an individual relies on AI and modeling to design and or make an insurance buying decision for you, who are you going to hold accountable when a critical form gets omitted or not placed on your policy, a claim gets denied, and you have questions? AI will transform many industries, but how it's applied and how it's utilized is still in the early stages of development.
So why should a business work with R&R Insurance?
We're fiercely independent, technology forward, and a top 100 insurance agency. R&R Insurance represents 50 years with the same name on the door. Lastly, are you truly comfortable making a complex insurance decision on your own? If you're looking for a better insurance purchasing experience, we'd love to speak with you. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. To find out more, go to myknowledgebroker.com.
Miss any part of the show? Get the Wisconsin's Morning News podcast sent directly to you. Text Vince to the WTMJ Talk and Text line.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. A second day of new attacks between the U.S. and Iran. American forces launching attacks on Iranian targets after President Trump declared they waited too long to strike a peace deal. ABC's Martha Raddatz in Jerusalem.
Iran has fired back, again launching its own missiles at U.S. bases in Kuwait and Bahrain. All the missiles intercepted, but debris damaging homes, vehicles, and causing minor injuries to a child in Bahrain.
Europe's central bank has just raised interest rates by a quarter point, trying to fight back inflation driven by the war with Iran. The NYPD now says more than 50 people were arrested after the Knicks pulled off the biggest comeback in NBA Finals history, coming back from 29 points down to beat the Spurs in Game 5 of the Finals. The World Cup starts this afternoon. Mexico City will be hosting the first game. Mexico versus South Africa. The first game in the U.S. will be tomorrow in California, Team USA versus Paraguay. This is ABC News.
We have a couple of issues on 175. On the northbound side at the ramp from Wells, we've got the left lane blocked with a crash, and then a crash on the off-ramp to State Street from northbound 175 as well. So watch out for those areas. Southbound on 41, we've got that crash, actually northbound 41, got that crash on the off-ramp to Capitol Drive. On the southbound side, we do have delays from Appleton Avenue to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast a high of 84 degrees today. Chance of rain and storms beginning at about 3 this afternoon. Scattered showers and storms early tonight, then partly cloudy and breezy with a low of 58. Milwaukee's at 72. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, yes, Southeast Wisconsin bracing once again for another round of severe weather.
Cleanup is underway in the city of Horicon after Wednesday's strong winds ripped roofs from buildings and knocked down brick walls in the downtown area. One resident telling our news partners at TMJ4 he was outside when the storms rolled through.
And I was talking to a neighbor, and all of a sudden we heard sirens. I said, "Are those tornado warnings?" "I don't think so," she said. And there was nothing by us. I mean, it got windy and rain, and that was about it.
Today's storms could bring another round of damaging winds, hail, heavy rain, and tornadoes to parts of Dodge County and other parts of the region. Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
As the Wisconsin Center District waits to see whether or not Marty Brooks will contest its decision to fire him for cause, one criminal defense attorney in Milwaukee says it is possible still that criminal charges could be filed.
The board voted Monday to fire Brooks with cause, citing alleged misappropriation of corporate funds by way of personal purchases and campaign contributions with a company credit card.
Where there's smoke, there could be fire.
Defense attorney Julius Kim tells WTMJ the Wisconsin Center District would have to turn over documents in order for charges to potentially be filed, though Kim adds there could be a more likely outcome.
If the Wisconsin Center District wanted to push the issue, he may decide that he's going to kind of walk away from this whole thing and let it go at this point.
Brooks has until July 8th to contest his firing. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee's seeing a sharp increase in reckless driving convictions. This is following a policy change by the city attorney's office.
City Attorney Evan Goyke says prosecutors are no longer reducing provable reckless driving charges, helping boost conviction rates from just 15% in 2023 to around 84% last year. The policy also allows repeat offenders to face criminal prosecution under a state law that passed 3 years ago. City officials say the tougher enforcement effort coincides with the drop in traffic fatalities. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
The Department of Health Services says tick activity remains high across the state, with back-legged deer ticks now at peak levels. They are difficult to spot at times and are responsible for spreading many cases of Lyme disease and other tick-borne illnesses. Tick populations across the state being monitored and people being encouraged to use insect repellent and wear protective clothing.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:34.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Brave Americans who served shouldn't be denied benefits or have a disability claim incorrectly evaluated by the VA. If you're one of those vets, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a game. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin believes in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. Because a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. Pella never inflates pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything from start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling, installing, and servicing them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know dads, the ones who know how to build it all, grill it all, and fix it all while still taking the time to share it all. So show them how much you care with great Father's Day gifts for one-of-a-kind dads. Like 20% off select automotive accessories, $350 combined savings on a Craftsman tool chest cabinet combo, plus 16 packs of Duracell AA or AAA batteries, $12.99. Find value on the Gifts Hill value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Milwaukee Weight Loss knows the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no drugs or surgery, and they will show you how to keep it off for good. Get your confidence and your health back. Right now, $200 off on their summer special for a limited time only. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to book your free consultation. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Sorry, Debbie. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:37.
A usually reliable reliever, different sport.
Yep.
Anyway, the Brewers lost. We'll do it in sports at 7:45.
Republicans extend their winning streak, but not on Capitol Hill, but on the field. Now, I want you to listen closely to this story and see what stands out to you about the baseball game in Washington.
While most of the country was watching the nail-biter NBA Championship Game 4, Republican lawmakers were celebrating their own win at the Congressional Baseball Game for Charity Wednesday night at Washington's Nationals Park. The Republicans beating the Democrats 11-2. That makes 6 straight years that the Republicans have won the matchup. The game sold 32,000 tickets and raised a record $3.2 million for local charities. Dave Packer, ABC News.
All right, so anything there stand out to you in that report?
32,000 people.
Are you kidding me?
To see that garbage.
Why would you spend any money?
The charity.
The charity is the
cause.
most amazing
I don't
part.
know. Take my donation. Don't make me go. How much does it cost to not go?
Do I want to see Congressman Fitzgerald playing catcher? Is that important to me?
Absolutely not.
Anyway, they made a lot of money, which is great.
Yes.
More than $3 million.
Yes,
so thank you to the
we're going
lawmakers.
to help the children,
Yes.
or who are we helping? I don't even know.
The local charity.
Okay, great.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
Mark Reinhardt is IT manager at ACS Group. Mark, your company has had business technology from James Imaging Systems for years. Right out of the blocks, would you recommend James to others?
Yes, I've had nothing but a great experience with James Imaging Systems, and I would definitely want to share that with others.
A great experience in what way?
I think it's just a personal touch. They actually listen to our needs, walking our business, and finding out what solutions we need to do our job better.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation, adding up to more bang for your business technology dollar.
Yeah, we are absolutely getting a return on investment on the dollars we're spending with James Imaging Systems.
Mark, safe to say ACS Group is happy?
very happy with James Imaging Systems. People are smiling.
Put a smile on your face with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Time saver traffic at 7:39, Debbie.
We've got some delays along westbound 94, starting at about 30th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Couple more taps on the brakes in Waukesha County, heading past Elm Grove Road, pretty much from the county line. Eastbound, backing up from just before 76th Street all the way to 35th. A couple of accidents on the off-ramp to State Street from northbound 175, as well as one on the off-ramp to Wells Street. Left lane is blocked with that one, so just be extra careful heading through there. Southbound on 43, backing up just north of Good Hope Road down to Bender, back on the brakes from Hampton all the way around to North Avenue's curve there. Overall, everything else is looking pretty good through the Marquette. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with your Storm Team forecast. Southeast Wisconsin bracing for another round of showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be severe this afternoon and evening. We'll look for high temperatures to top out in the mid-80s. We'll start tonight with some scattered showers and storms wrapping up, then becoming partly cloudy and breezy with lows in the upper 50s. A lot more sunny for our Friday and cooler. Less humidity. We'll look for high temperatures close to 80 degrees.
69 degrees in Milwaukee.
That's right. Ice Man, I am dangerous. I feel the need for speed.
The Milwaukee Air and Water Show, just about a month and a half out. News this week that the Thunderbirds, famous Air Force demonstration team, the F-16s, will not be performing as originally scheduled.
We have a great show anyways.
Not a great set of circumstances. Greeting retired Air Force Master Sergeant Brian Allendorfer, veteran air show organizer himself. He's actually been involved with our air show for quite some time, and he is now leading it. And it's the annual weekend show on the lakefront. He joined Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg and Jessica and explained it was a collision of events that caused the shakeup in the show lineup. F-16s were supposed to be here with the Thunderbirds. America at war, heightened security around the military, coming off 2 government shutdowns, and something else happening big this year, all contributed to the late change.
So the Thunderbirds had to switch their schedule around to make things work. And also we have the nation's 250th. So they're doing more this year. But number one reason is they wanted to switch dates with us. And they offered us a date in the third weekend of June, back in May.
Oh,
so
that's so quick, and that's such a busy time in Milwaukee.
Love you guys. We really want to have you, but the train left the station. I mean, we already had the show booked. We have the site booked. We have all of our catering booked. We have all of our sponsors booked with chalets, the corporate chalets for entertainment down on the lakefront, and all of those other performers that have been signed up for months. We couldn't do that to everybody. And we'd love to have the Thunderbirds with us, but we couldn't alter the dates.
If I may, Master Sergeant, a better analogy might have been the plane has left the hangar.
Yes. Or lifted from the tarmac.
Yes, okay. I'm with him on this, though. The logistics of planning an event of this size where the Thunderbirds are just one part of the larger show, totally understand. Consider also it runs concurrently with the closing weekend of EAA AirVenture in Oshkosh. So a lot of stuff going on. Couldn't make it work. He's got the Blue Angels booked for next season again. And among the other military displays he's going to feature instead this year, they're going to do a demonstration of a mid-air interception. When NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command, when they get a call that an aircraft has, for whatever reason, gone into a restricted airspace, you get to see how that interception plays out.
Certain spots of the country, mainly like DC, where if we have a rogue aircraft that penetrates protected airspace, we want to demonstrate, well, what does it take to get them out of there? No, we will not shoot it down.
Yeah.
But we will show an escort, basically, pulling that aircraft out of the area and restoring safety.
Yeah, we're going to blast a Cessna out of the sky. No, they're not going to do that. Will be fascinating to see. So the Milwaukee Air and Water Show is on. If you need the military hardware, there'll be plenty. F-22 Raptor, F-35 Lightning among those featured aircraft as well. The last weekend in July, the 25th and 26th on the lakefront.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for QC Kinetics. Be honest, do you change your plans because of your fear for how it's going to make you feel? Oh, I don't really want to do that this weekend because of my shoulders or my back or my hips. Honey, we can't go do that because you know how my back gets. Well, there is another way, and it's QC Kinetics. I don't understand why you wouldn't. Why are you laughing at me this time? I'm
tough
right.
times over there in that house.
You know I'm right. It's debilitating. The joint pain can be debilitating. That's where QC Kinetics can come in with its game-changing regenerative treatments. So here's what you do. You call 414-667-5559. I'll give you that number again. It's 414-667-5559. Set up your free consultation, either in Mequon or in Greenfield, and walk through it with them. Explain your situation. Show them your documents, your medical records, and then they can say, okay, well, here's what we can do for you. And a lot of people do it that same day. QC Kinetics. No surgery, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The Brewers get out of Vegas. Finally, what happens in Vegas hopefully stays in Vegas
forever.
When it comes to all of the home runs being hit. It started strong for the Crew.
Perkins 2-2 pitch and a fly ball to left and deep. It is way back and it is way gone. Gary Sanchez with one of the longest home runs of the year for any of the Brewers, and it is 2-0 Milwaukee. 466 feet. Off the bat of Gary Sanchez, that is the longest of the year for the Crew.
It was a bomb. Jackson Chourio would also go deep. He is really warming up. And rookie Brandon Sproat looked great. Carried a shutout through 5 innings, left after the 6th with just 1 run allowed. But unfortunately, Chad Patrick had himself a bad day. First batter.
2-1 drilled out of here to right field. This is a no doubt about it home run by Cortez, the 14th home run of the series for the A's. Greets Chad Patrick, and we got a 1-run game. 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Only his 6th of the year. He is
just a bomb. Meanwhile, 2 batters later, another home run that would give the A's the lead for good. Brewers fall 4-3. Up next, the Phillies at home here in Milwaukee starting tomorrow night.
Packers will wrap up mandatory minicamp in Green Bay today.
We're talking about practice.
Guys are around, and some of them feeling more chatty than others.
I'm going to go out there with every day with the mindset to continue to earn that contract every single day.
Love to hear it. Wide receiver Christian Watson, who just signed a 4-year extension with the Packers. Jaden Reed also locked up over the long term. And number 1 draft pick from a year ago, Matthew Golden, entering his 2nd season. Quarterback Jordan Love, with all those weapons, really enjoying camp.
Jay Reed and Christian have been guys who have been here. They've been consistent, and they know what they're doing out there. And then I think for MG, like I said, it's just having that jump from year 1 to year 2 and being as consistent as possible. But when all 3 of those guys are on the field at the same time, I think we're going to be a dangerous offense.
So after all this, Packers have 1 more week of OTAs. That's coming up next week.
If you're watching the NBA Finals and turned it off because you thought the game was won, the Spurs were leading by 29 points in the 3rd quarter. You're not going to believe what happened. The Knicks, somehow, some way, came back and won it.
Launches a straight on three. Missed it short. Tip by Anunoby. He put it in. Anunoby put it in. The Knicks take the lead with 1.2 to go.
That's how it sounded on Knicks radio. The shots of the fans just in utter disbelief that they've seen this team come all the way back. It's the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. OG Anunoby with it at the end. So the Knicks now are 1 win away from a championship. Game 5 is Saturday night in San Antonio. And if you live in New York, there's another reason why you'd want the Knicks to win Game 5 and not come back for Game 6. It's because they're calling it a travel Armageddon. If there is a Game 6 next week with also all the World Cup stuff happening, which is also taking place in New York, nightmare scenario as far as the travel goes. So Game 5 Saturday night in San Antonio.
Networks, streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding Plus to their names. But where did the concept originate? We may be biased, but we think these big wigs found their inspiration for Plus at Hassellus Mattress. Hassellus showrooms are employee-free. Give your mattress a try with no pushy sales guy. Plus, our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $293. Plus, unbeatable prices on Tempur-Pedic. Plus, free next-day delivery and setup. Plus, free haul away and disposal of your old mattress. Plus, 60-month interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic with approved credit. Plus, a $300 MasterCard gift card with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Plus, a ruggedly handsome spokesman with a smooth radio voice. Get all this, plus a whole lot more when you shop at Hassellus Mattress. Or maybe we should change our name to Hassellus Plus. Nah. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hassellus.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. If you're trying to work, juggle life, and keep your dog happy at the same time, look, I get it. We're the same way. Thankfully, we've found the Hounds and Tap. For doggy daycare for our Greyhound, Knight, it's been a game changer for us. He gets exercise, time to socialize with other dogs. We know Knight's in great hands at the Hounds and Tap. They even take care of his grooming during his visits or separate appointments. That's perfect for us. If you're like us and searching for top-tier services and a team you can trust, get connected at thehoundsandtap.com.
East Troy Lions Fest is this weekend. Free admission, live music, free parking, carnival rides, food, and fireworks Saturday, parade on Sunday. Details at easttroylions.org.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Traffic sponsored by East Troy Lions Fest this weekend. Free admission and free parking. Debbie.
Well, the exit to Vliet or State from 175 northbound is closed because of a crash. This is different from a different crash. We've got one on northbound 175 at Wells. This one has the left lane blocked on the northbound side, so watch out for the delays there. Westbound 94 backing up from 35th Street to Hawley Road. Couple taps of the brakes west of Highway 100 into Waukesha County. Eastbound slowing down a little bit right past Barker Road and then back on the brakes from 70th Street to 35th. Southbound 41, a heavy ride there from about Good Hope Road down to Capitol Drive. Northbound slowing from before Mayfair Road up past Burleigh. They still have this accident listed on the off-ramp to Capitol Drive from northbound 41, so heads up with that. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast brought to you by Big Fish Contracting. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to see how they're renovating homes and redeeming an industry. Chance of rain and storms today. By this afternoon, some of those storms could turn severe. National Weather Service says the window for Wisconsin opens about 3 this afternoon on severe weather. Will be later in that progression if you're here in southeast Wisconsin. Could pack a punch. Strong winds, hail, tornadoes, all possible. High of 84 degrees. Low down to 58 tonight with those scattered showers and storms coming to an end. Right now at 72.
Idea Man.
Andy North and myself, I was the celebrity with Andy, and it was Brett Favre and Steve Stricker.
Right,
I think,
Innovator.
Andy and I kicked their keisters.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
The problem is, you end up beating the host. You don't get brought back.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
All right, Tausch, got a question for you. ESPN.com has a story. Jesse Rogers did it, and it's great. It's talking about the pitching celebrations that you see on the mound from time to time.
Abner Uribe punching his glove and pointing to the sky after he gets out of the bases-loaded jam in the bottom of the ninth.
Of course, we could have played a different Uribe.
Yeah, I thought you were going to play the
triple chop, maybe.
The triple crotch
a little chop.
So the question that Jesse Rogers, writer for ESPN.com, posed was, is there a pitcher's version of bat flips, and should there be? And he posed that question to a lot of pitchers, meaning, hey, if the batters get to flip the bats, what can pitchers do, or what should they be allowed to do to celebrate a big out on the mound?
That I'm not sure what answers all came, but initially you think throw the glove up in the air like it's a grenade, or you could slam. I think for me, especially if it was a hard fought at bat, I'd take the glove and I'd slam it to the turf, and then obviously I don't think we want to be doing what Abner did a couple weeks ago, but I totally agree. The pitcher. You're more likely, obviously, to strike someone out than they're going to hit a home run. But if we've embraced the bat flip culture, which I have, I think it's fun. The more fun we can bring to fans and more entertainment without being disrespectful, I'm on board with. 100% the pitcher should be able to do it, and I would go glove slam, bam, down to the ground. That's what I would do if I was striking out, if I struck out one of the big boppers on a tough at bat.
Got some here. Do you want a couple of suggestions?
Who else you got?
A couple of relievers came up with some ideas here. The bow and arrow into the sky. If they'd let me do it, I would. That's what one reliever said. Another said the sword celebration. Then this one from Jameson Tyone. I do like a pour of the coffee and then a pinky sip. So it looked like he's drinking.
I don't know about that one.
Very bougie.
Yeah.
Very bougie.
Here's another one. When you're pumping gas and you put the pump back in. I'd like to try that because I throw hard, said Daniel Palencia. So,
Yeah, none of those are really resonating with me, Tausch. I don't know.
I definitely don't think the gas. There's got to be something better. To me, it's the explosions.
Yes.
You want to do something with the explosion. Everybody's got kind of their own deal of what that celebration might be. I don't think gas pumps and coffee and sipping tea makes a ton of sense to me, but that's the beauty of this. It's all within, how artists have their own motivations and why they do what they do. Pitchers do too. So if the guy has a coffee company or if he runs and owns a chain of gas stations, I kind of understand it. Outside of that, no, the bow and arrow, probably of that group that you just mentioned, is probably the best, but it's got to be passionate and it's got to be in the moment. And I don't think hitters can get too upset about it because Lord knows the bat flip side of this has gone in a big way. Let's let it ride out. I'm good with it. I'd like to see these guys get creative with it and see what they can come up with.
Well, the other thing is the pitcher. All right, if you get bat flipped, you can throw at dude next time around. The pitcher, there's no recourse against the pitcher because they don't bat anymore. So you're safe.
That's true.
That's true. And you obviously, anything that you do, you can always, you always have the old trump card, though. You can always charge the mound, right? That's always, that's always available. Now, I don't know what that would look like if that is the last option, but in those cases, and we haven't seen, and I think one of the things, and this is a little bit of a sidetrack conversation, but one of the things with this whole tap in the hat and the right calls and all this other stuff, you're not going to see the Earl Weaver, Bobby Cox. You're not seeing the arguments,
right?
With the managers getting out and kicking dirt and getting in umps' faces and flipping their hat around. So I think what we need to look at here, we obviously are worried about the pitchers being able to have some type of celebration. Have we thought about the managers? Have we thought, are we suppressing them with this new system? So when Murph joins you guys next week, is he satiated with not being able to go out and argue and get after these umps the way he was able to in the past head tap era?
I thought you were going with umpires. What if the guy challenges and the ump got it right? How come the ump doesn't get to
and he does the chop back, or he does something?
Enrico Palazzo,
Frank Drebin.
Would we be all right if the ump? I think if the catcher gets it right, should there be? The problem with that is you better do that late in the game. I don't think you want to do that in the first inning, and then that ump every call is going to be you're going to get squeezed. So it's an interesting point, but I would think the umps, they're thinking it. When Contreras does a call and it's the wrong one, that ump is back in his ear like, hey, told you. Or he's irritated by it. You know it.
7:59. Thanks, Tausch.
See you guys.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
The would-be neighbors of a casino and resort that the Menominee Indian tribe want to build in Kenosha are pushing back against the proposal. Municipalities believe that they'll end up shouldering many of the public costs associated with the proposed $360 million Hard Rock Hotel and Casino without seeing a dollar of the revenue. The Medical College of Wisconsin has purchased nearly 10 acres in Tosa. The land is currently a parking lot, though a spokesperson said that the college is exploring potential future uses for the property. And family-owned jewelry brand Gorjana plans to open its second Wisconsin store at the corners of Brookfield this weekend. I'm Addison Lathers from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert, owner of Wisconsin's own AccuNet Mortgage. I get that most home shoppers just go with their bank when it comes to getting pre-approved, but that's probably a mistake because banks have a lot of overhead like branches, fancy headquarters, and layers of management. That means their closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 higher than AccuNet's for exactly the same rate. And that's not all. Bank pre-approval letters are usually weak and unconvincing, especially compared to AccuNet's rock-solid, fully verified pre-approval that provides a $2,000 guarantee to you and the seller. Our senior loan consultants will also look at every possible way to strengthen your offer and pre-approval in the eyes of that seller, especially if you're offering over the asking price. We even call the listing agent to reinforce what a great buyer you are. Banks don't do all that. Click on the blue button today at AccuNet.com and let our passionate mortgage pros help you win while you save a bunch of money too. That's ACCUNET.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, WTMJ's Eric Vilstead here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
That's like the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yowza.
I'm going to release the Kraken.
Tell Mr. Speaker, I wish rainwater was beer.
Maybe we do some bits.
That's how we roll.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 8 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Thursday, June 11th. Let's get right to the roads and Debbie Lazica.
Southbound on 43, we got some backups from Good Hope Road all the way down to about Locust. The northbound side of 41, backing up from Watertown Plank Road up to Burleigh. Southbound from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. We do still have these accidents on 175 northbound. One at Wells, that is the left lane blocked, and that's got backups stretching back to the stadium. And then off-ramp to Vliet Street from 175 northbound is closed because of a crash there. I'm Debbie Lazica with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Chance of rain and storms today with a high of 84 degrees. So scattered showers and storms early tonight, and then skies clearing with a low of 58. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center at Second round of strong to severe storms could be moving through southeast Wisconsin by mid-afternoon. Threat comes as communities in Dodge County are cleaning up from damaging storms that ripped through Wednesday. Downtown Horicon, powerful winds tore rooftops from buildings, scattered debris across several blocks. City officials telling TMJ4 News.
We were driving right past it, right when it happened, and we're like, what happened?
Well, we saw a lot of debris coming off the roof, and there was a lot of flying debris like garbage, roofing material, things that were blowing down through town, and we could see trees taking off at that time as well.
Horicon's mayor among the eyewitnesses to the damaging winds, large hail, heavy rain, and tornadoes all possible with this afternoon's storms.
With all the road construction taking place, the city of Milwaukee says the flooding can be problematic when the two are mixed.
You may have seen some storm grates having mesh netting around them. DPW Commissioner Gerald Kruschke says that's to keep construction zone debris out of the sewer system.
It does restrict a little bit, but not as much as people think. It's the debris on top of that mesh that really causes a lot of the flooding issues around construction sites.
Street teams are currently sweeping flood-prone areas, but Kruschke says it's often not enough to keep up with littering.
If you see debris in the public right-of-way, just get it out of there. Pick it up and move it off the side. That would benefit us and your neighbors.
On Milwaukee's near south side, Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
The U.S. military launching a wave of airstrikes against Iran after President Trump warned that Iran would, quote, pay the price for taking too long to negotiate a deal to end the war. Now, Iran firing back at U.S. bases in Kuwait and Jordan. All the missiles intercepted, but debris damaged homes and vehicles.
The war in Iran sending inflation soaring with prices rising to its fastest mark in 3 years.
What's making it harder to absorb these extra costs is that Americans' average wage increases are no longer keeping up with inflation. Paychecks, on average, are up 3.4% over the past year.
ABC's Elizabeth Schulze. The inflation rate is also up 4.2%.
Trial continues today for the guy accused of murdering his neighbor in Waukesha. 63-year-old Kevin Leichwick facing first-degree murder charges in the death of 56-year-old Carlos Maldonado. Judge David Moss during trial on Wednesday.
Mr. Leichwick, stop. You may state a legal basis for your objection, and that's it. You cannot testify in front of the jury. If you do it again, I may have to have you removed from the courtroom. I'm not going to allow you to continue to defy the court's order and try to testify to the jury.
Leichwick is representing himself at trial.
Coming up, if you're wondering where the Thunderbirds are this year, you're not alone. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:06.
News brought to you by Axis Legal. Worn down by work? Contact Axis Legal. That's AXIS Legal today.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life. At Axis Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work. Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Axis Legal for a risk-free consultation. Search AXIS Legal today.
It's WTMJ's Julia Fellow for Sweet Talks Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. If you're looking for expert care without that cold clinical vibe, Sweet Talks is where beauty, wellness, and self-confidence comes together in such a fun, welcoming space. Sweet Talks offers injectables, advanced skin treatments, even wellness services like weight loss or hormone optimization. Sweet Talks provides a comprehensive consultation designed just for you. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests. That's WTMJ.com/contests.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:07.
A second night of violent protests in Belfast. It's Northern Ireland as crowds clashed with police throwing rocks and bottles, their anger stemming from the stabbing attack on a resident, allegedly by an immigrant from Sudan. Police responding late Wednesday night with water cannons. Here's Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
We are united in calling for calm and determined to restore order, support the police and all those on the front line, and ensure that justice is done.
Suspect is charged with attempted murder. The victim is still in the hospital.
Turns out the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds were scheduled to be at the Milwaukee Air and Water Show this year. So why won't they be?
It's a heightened security risk right now. So the Thunderbirds had to switch their schedule around to make things work. And also we have the nation's 250th. So they're doing more this year. But number one reason is they wanted to switch dates with us.
That left Milwaukee with a problem. Master Sergeant Brian Allendorfer, now in charge of the Milwaukee Air and Water Show.
They offered us a date the third weekend of June. Back in May. Love you guys. We really want to have you, but the train left the station. I mean, we already had the show booked. We couldn't do that to everybody.
So they doubled down on civilian performers and warbirds to fill the space.
We have a great 4-hour show.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:09.
Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management.
We have a contractual agreement that we give our clients, this fiduciary standard of care. We also say fee-only fiduciary. So a lot of people are kind of twisting it these days and saying, I'm a fiduciary some of the time. I call them part-time fiduciaries. And that's the reason why we say fee-only fiduciary. That means we do not accept commissions.
Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Mark it on the calendar, July 20th through the 26th. You can get up there at least one of those days, maybe more. Vince Vitrano for EAA AirVenture Oshkosh, which brings together the world's greatest collection of aircraft, vintage warbirds, cutting-edge innovations. Walk right there on the flight line, talk with fellow aviators, and experience those legendary air shows. There's one each day, a couple of times. You got the night air show on Wednesday and on Saturday as well. Plenty of information and opportunities to learn with forums that fuel your passion for flight. If you love aviation, this is your home. Get tickets now at eaa.org/tickets.
When we were kids on the farm growing up, there was a wheat, Yellow Rocket, but we always slanged it mustard.
Ben and Arvid Huth, brothers and owners of Penny Mustard Furnishings.
Dad didn't want the mustard on the farm.
No.
It was kind of invasive. Dad would just have us pick them. We would go into the hay fields and we'd walk in the hay fields and we'd pick those fields clean. And he paid us a penny a plant.
Yeah.
Somebody had seen the story about us picking mustard.
One of the people that was submitting names.
One of the people
for
who
the
was submitting
contest.
names for the contest submitted the name Penny Mustard. Actually, 2 people submitted that name.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of crazy names submitted.
Gosh be darn, who's Furniture Barn? I remember that was one submission we had.
When we narrowed it down to 50 names or so, we kind of just looked at it and I'm like, there it is. This is it. It's Penny Mustard.
It was glaringly obvious to us.
See more at pennymustard.com.
In hindsight, I'm not sure if Dad cared about the mustard or he just wanted to keep us busy.
Yeah. In hindsight, I think he wanted to keep us busy.
Smart.
Time saver traffic, 811. Debbie.
Well, we've got this off-ramp to State Street or Vliet Street from 175 northbound. That one is closed because of a crash. We also have another crash on 175 northbound blocking the left lane at Wisconsin, so careful with that. Southbound 43 backing up from Silver Spring down through the Locust area. Northbound still looking pretty good. But northbound 4394, that's a different story. We got backups around the Plainfield Curve all the way up to the KK River. Westbound 94 slowing from 35th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound from just before Hawley Road to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your Storm Team forecast for today, a high of 84 degrees, low down to 58 tonight. So we've got a chance for rain and storms. Looks like a pretty good chance of rain, and some of the storms could be severe. National Weather Service with the Storm Prediction Center has put us at a level 3 of 5 for the potential of severe weather. Window would open about 3 o'clock this afternoon for western counties. Open till about 7 o'clock tonight for when we could see the strongest of these storms. That may include, according to the National Weather Service, strong winds, hail, even some tornadoes. Now, scattered showers and storms will come to an end early tonight, and then skies turn partly cloudy with a low, as I said, down to 58. Milwaukee's at 73.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
8:13 on a Thursday morning. The timing almost seems too perfect.
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Today's
So the latest Steven Spielberg movie is out this weekend, and it's coming at a time when belief in aliens appears to be at an all-time high. Disclosure Day chronicles a meteorologist and a cybersecurity expert who find themselves at the center of a movement to expose the government's cover-up.
Yeah, we got to expose that.
And this is coming as we had a hearing this week with a former Air Force intelligence officer claiming the government is aware of several different alien species. It's almost like they planned this. Joining us on Wisconsin's Morning News is Matt Miller, a man about film on Substack and on Instagram, and a new father, by the way. Good morning, Matt. Congratulations on the new bundle of joy.
Thank you. Boss gave me 10 minutes to talk movies with you guys.
Nice. Is Boss going to allow you to pick which movie the little boy sees first?
Yeah, so far he has rejected some of my proposals. Pulp Fiction was a no, but yeah, I think maybe Toy Story or a Wallace and Gromit more likely.
Give Pulp Fiction a minute. There'll be a day.
So, Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg, this is just what he does, right? He just makes alien movies.
Well, you know, it's actually interesting. He hasn't done a sci-fi movie in a second. I mean, if you include Ready Player One in that, I guess it's only been about 6 or 7 years, but Ready Player One is kind of its own weird brand thing. You kind of go further back, then it's Minority Report, and obviously Steven Spielberg is a sci-fi genius. He did E.T., he did Close Encounters of the Third Kind, he did these iconic award-nominated, sci-fi movies. This is him kind of making a return to blockbusters in an era where he's mostly done kind of more adult movies. He's done stuff like The Fabelmans and West Side Story and Bridge of Spies. It is kind of exciting to see him return to a blockbuster phase, though I will say, if you look at Spielberg's worst movies over the last 10, 15 years, they tend to be his blockbusters. They tend to be stuff like Ready Player One or Indiana Jones 4. I've heard very good things, though, about Disclosure Day. The word on the street is that it's very good, very odd, so maybe don't expect an action movie. This is going to be more, I think, in a Close Encounters kind of vein, more of a drama, more of a sci-fi thought-provoker.
Eric told an interesting story. Was it you that was telling me that Spielberg, Matt, made the cast or really tried to convince the cast of the viability of the storyline? Maybe not this one in particular, but
that aliens are real, man.
Yes.
I mean, if you're the director of a movie, that's what you have to do. You have to try to work on making your actors believe what they are a part of, that they are a part of a story. I mean, that's how you get genuine performances. And it is funny, the timing of this. Obviously, an alien movie at a time when there's, hearings on Capitol Hill about aliens, but Steven Spielberg is a savvy businessman. There's a reason why, he's a savvy Hollywood producer. He was behind the Transformers movies. He's always kind of had a good idea of where the pulse is on culture. And as a result, hopefully it would be really cool if we had an original movie do really well at the box office again this summer. It's been such an interesting box office summer.
Want to ask you about that. Matt Miller joins us, a man about film on Substack and on Instagram. Obviously, there's always the big blockbusters, and I love talking about the popcorn movies, but there are a couple of smaller ones that seem to be making hay. Backrooms, and what's the other one? Obsession. And these are two movies that didn't cost a lot and have just exploded with popularity. Is it just the marketing, or is it the filmmaking that has made these two movies so good?
Yeah, Obsession, which cost $1 million to make, is going to make more money than the new Star Wars movie at the end of the day, which is absolutely wild. And Backrooms, similarly, absolutely crushed Star Wars in its opening weekend. Obviously the marketing was pretty strong on these things, but I think what you're seeing is a change in terms of Hollywood realizing younger audiences want things for them. They don't want hand-me-down franchises. They don't want to see, 80s revivals. They don't care about He-Man and Masters of the Universe. They want to see things directed at them. And as a result, you have something like Backrooms, which technically isn't original. It's based on a YouTube series, based on kind of a Reddit, thread. But that is something that young people liked. And maybe we should have known this was coming when Five Nights at Freddy's made so much money a few years ago. And everyone was like, what's this Five Nights at Freddy's? How did this make so much money? Young people like going to the movies. They just don't like going to old, dusty franchises anymore. And you know what? More power to them. I like to see it.
Matt, since you opened the door on the Star Wars franchise, what do we know about what may or may not be in the pipeline? Lucasfilm under new management, and I personally have some excitement that we will see some more big movies. I appreciate the shows and all the stuff, but I want big movies. I want one a year.
Yeah, and I think this Mandalorian and Grogu was maybe the wrong kind of test balloon of this era, to take a TV show and try to convince people, oh no, you should go to a movie theater to see it. Also, the TV show's heyday was kind of past at this point.
Right.
You know, I think 5 years ago was probably peak Mandalorian, and now at this point, everyone's kind of moved on. Even if you're a Star Wars fan, you've probably moved on to Andor and things like that. So it's not surprising that a Star Wars movie kind of disappointed like this. And it's just wild that, you know, Star Wars went from event cinema to something that we shut down the globe for, it seemed like, for the last 3 movies, even if they were divisive. And now it's to the point where, you know, it's getting crushed by not 1 but 2 horror movies at the same time, and Devil Wears Prada 2. You know, it speaks to a healthier cinematic ecosystem where there's comedies, there's horror, there's franchises, there's original movies, there's a diversity of movies that audiences are going to see, and that's what we've been looking for 10 years now.
All right, man, I got to ask you, and I'm put you on the spot. If we look at the upcoming summer movies that are coming out, is there one blockbuster that you firmly believe is going to live up to the hype? And then opposite, is there one that you think is going to die on the vine?
I'll start negative first and say I'm a little nervous for Supergirl. I had a really good time with Superman last year, but James Gunn is not directing this movie. Instead, it's directed by Craig Gillespie, who does a very good job of doing bad imitations of better directors. He did I, Tonya, he did Dumb Money, he did Cruella. He has no voice. And so it looks like he's doing his best James Gunn impression in Supergirl. Hopefully it's good. I would love for it to be good. I would like good movies rather than bad movies, but I'm a little nervous about that one. And I mean, Christopher Nolan has not led me astray yet. Christopher Nolan, obviously, this is the blankest of blank checks a director has ever received, getting to do The Odyssey. I'm very excited. A whole blockbuster filmed on IMAX, this epic story being told in his way. I'm very excited to see what Christopher Nolan's got next.
Don't know if this is on your radar, since going back to the old Dusty whatever.
It definitely is. I'm willing to bet. 40
years ago today, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I can't believe it's 4 decades, man.
The movie that ruined my last name forever.
Miller.
But yeah, it's wild to think 40 years at this point. I mean, I'm still dealing with the fact that Shrek is 20 years old, is 25 years old.
Can't be.
Man,
your math is wrong.
Comes for us all, man.
Matt Miller, Man About Film on Substack, also on Instagram. Congratulations again to you and your wife for delivering such a wonderful little baby boy. I'm sure grandparents are really excited about that one.
Yes, she did all the work. That was a 95.5%, I would say, on the workload delivering the child. So
I'm sure you did a good job on your 5, though.
Much.
How's your dad handling that one? I think he told me once that he was holding a baseball when you were born.
I was just holding onto that baby for dear life and was like, one thing you can't do, don't drop the baby. You gotta lock this in. So I had no idea about baseball or any of that.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you.
If you hadn't put it together, Matt's dad is Gene.
Gene told us once that because he hears so much about how, you know, dads are right there in the room and helping and all this different stuff. And he's like, I was holding a baseball in a different room by myself.
Tell me the news. How did it go?
Baby came.
At least he wasn't sitting there smoking cigarettes the whole time. Firing up a dart there. Okay. Southbound on 41, we've got backups from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive. We've also got northbound backing up right past Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh. So giving yourself extra time there would be a good idea. A couple of accidents on 175 northbound. One of them is at Wisconsin Avenue. That one has the left lane blocked. And then we've got another one on the off-ramp to State Street. And that ramp is closed because of this. So obviously we're seeing delays stretching back into the stadium interchange. Speaking of which, westbound 94 backing up right through the stadium to Hawley Road, eastbound from Mitchell Boulevard to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
For growing businesses, digital marketing shouldn't be a gamble. If your business needs results, not guesswork, it's time for a different approach. At Margot Media, we deliver real results for businesses in an evolving digital world. Backed by data, guided by strategy, and focused on actionable outcomes. We partner with businesses of all sizes to drive growth locally or nationwide. Set up a free consultation today. Visit us at margotmedia.com. That's MARGLE media.com.
Mark Olson here. Now is the time to declare your independence from the outdated kitchen during the Redo Cabinets 4th of July event. Redo Cabinets, where hundreds of homeowners have discovered the benefits of refacing old kitchen cabinets, celebrates America's 250th birthday. Redo Cabinets, where you'll find premium cabinet facings made here in the USA, and you could choose from dozens of colors, various hardware, and accessory selections. During the Redo Cabinets 4th of July celebration, get $1,776 off your entire cabinet project and a free backsplash, and no payments for 12 months. That's right, no payments until 2027. Incredible savings. Call us today for a free, no obligation consultation. Redo Cabinets, 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit us online at redocabinets.com. Don't replace it, redo it with Redo Cabinets.
Hey everybody, Debbie Loziga here for Comfort Awnings. Okay, maybe not today because of the nasty storms that are coming through, but you do want to have an awning out in the backyard. Honestly, it is so comfortable. Using the highest quality American-made materials, Comfort Awnings are the leading shade and wind-resistant solution for your outdoor space. They've installed a motorized awning over my patio, and I absolutely love it. I don't know how I ever lived without it. Now that summer is here, don't wait to get your awning installed. Give them a call. You can enjoy our beautiful Wisconsin summer with no matter what the weather is. Extend your motorized awning when that sun gets too hot or even when it rains lightly. With the nasty winds, I wouldn't necessarily put it out, but that's an idea. Right now, you can get $450 off your awning or screen. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com today.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. If you're trying to work, juggle life, and keep your dog happy at the same time, look, I get it. We're the same way. Thankfully, we found the Hounds and Tap for doggy daycare for our Greyhound Knight. It's been a game changer for us. He gets exercise, time to socialize with other dogs. We know Knight's in great hands at the Hounds and Tap. They even take care of his grooming during his visits or separate appointments. That's perfect for us. If you're like us and searching for top-tier services and a team you can trust, get connected at thehoundsandtap.com.
Are you hosting an event, launching something new, wanting to get the word out about your part of the state? Be a featured guest on the WTMJ Experience Wisconsin show. Share your story, promote your event or business, and connect with fans all across the state. I'm John Merkier. I'd love to interview you. We reach listeners from Milwaukee to Madison, Green Bay to La Crosse, everywhere in between. It's Experience Wisconsin. Ready to shine a spotlight on your business or company? Email me, john@WTMJ.com for more information. john@WTMJ.com.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free tonight at the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club, including steak and lobster. And desserts are buy one, get one free. Tables are open, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Time to honor another everyday hero. Everyday Hero is when Wisconsin's Morning News celebrates an average John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they got up one morning on that cruise ship that they'd be saving a life. See what I did there?
I did see what you added some context.
Today, Vince, we had the Costa Maya, Mexico. A Carnival Jubilee cruise ship. The ship docking at this site. First stop, you know how this works. If you've ever been on a cruise, you dock at different sites, sometimes in Mexico, sometimes on islands, sometimes up in Alaska. Wherever you dock in, you can either get off or you don't have to. In this case, it was docked at a large cement dock, so this isn't one of those ones where it wasn't on the shore. This one's on the shoreline, and passengers all getting off. And when they were returning, somehow an elderly man from Texas in his 80s, walking back toward the ship, fell from the dock into the water. So he's in the water, having trouble keeping his head afloat, along the side of this enormous cruise ship, and of course the dock right there as well.
I seen an old guy under the water, submerged.
That's Myron Tucker. He's a man from Conway, Arkansas. He tells CBS and others that, he was on vacation with his wife. They're coming back, and So watching as the crews were trying to help this guy who clearly needed assistance.
People trying to put a rope down there, but ain't no way they can get it if he's unconscious under the water. So I know I had about a minute or so to get him, and I just reacted like, I got to get him.
So Myron tells CBS he took off his shoes, jumped off the dock.
Yikes.
I got to go get him. Nope. And it's seen on video, by the way. And this isn't like jumping from a dock at a lake here in Wisconsin where the water is a foot low. I mean, he's jumping several feet to get to the water, and then there's no way to get out. You're basically floating in the water. So he gets to this guy, gets his head above water.
I hit him on the back, and the water started coming out of his mouth. And he came back, and he was looking, discombobulated, like, what's going on? I'm like, man, this ain't your day to die, man. This ain't your day.
A lot of this is caught on video. KATV ABC7 has it. We have a link to our website. Just text the word HERO to the Siding Unlimited WDTMJ Talking text line 855-616-1620. So they're in the water for a while. It's so funny. Myron's wife says she showed up and saw his shoes. Where's my husband?
Hello?
Well, he's helping this other man. So finally, crews were able to use a crane to kind of lift these guys out of the water, swing them over the dock.
I really don't expect nothing. So I just saved another man's life, and I wanted him to make it home to his kids like I made it home to my kids.
Gotta love this guy. I don't need anything. I wanted this guy to survive. He should survive. And he did. That guy's back home now. So would you like to know what the cruise ship did for him?
I would.
Well, the couple received recognition on board, including commemorative pins, a complimentary
dinner.
dinner.
Have to do better than that. Okay, dinner. Now we're
dinner at the
talking a little
steak
bit.
place. I'm sure that came with drinks. And a thank you message from their stateroom attendant.
I suppose it's a packed ship, so you can't exactly upgrade. Throw somebody else out of their room. Hey, listen, we're giving it to this guy.
Hero.
This guy did a really good job.
You should be able to honk the horn once, right?
Yeah, you should get a visit to the bridge.
Right? At least once.
I suppose they probably don't do that for security reasons either.
Everyday hero.
All right, steak dinner, I'll allow it.
When it's time to explore assisted living, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. That's why we partnered with the American Seniors Housing Association to promote whereyouLiveMatters.org. I'm Mike from the Wisconsin Assisted Living Association. For over 30 years, our organization of more than 2,000 facility members has led through advocacy, education, and support to help advance quality care. That's why Wisconsin families trust WALA. When it's time to search for assisted living for yourself or a loved one, visit whereyouLiveMatters.org.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Many of us struggle to lose weight. I use Milwaukee Weight Loss to lose the weight I've wanted to lose for a long time. And the great thing is I've kept it off now for over a year. Lost 45 pounds last year, another almost 10 pounds this year with the goal of losing maybe 10 more. For a limited time, get $200 off of their summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. I can do it. You can do it. We can all do it. Let's lose weight together. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Drafty windows means wasted money. Call Siding Unlimited today for energy-efficient replacement windows and doors and start saving now. For a free estimate and honest price guarantee, go to sidingunlimited.com.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. After saying for 3 months that a peace deal is coming, President Trump threatening now to strike Iran and seize control of its oil and gas industries later tonight. Producer prices, what wholesalers pay before items reach the retail market, up 6.5% from a year ago at this time. We found that out today. Inflation up 4.2%, says ABC's Karen Hua.
President Trump raising eyebrows yesterday with this comment about the new inflation figures.
The numbers were great. You know what I really weight loss. I love the inflation.
He later clarified the remark, saying he was just happy the numbers were not higher.
Look for even more heat waves, floods, droughts, and tornadoes. Federal weather experts say El Nino, a natural warming cycle, has formed in the Pacific and is expected to grow to historic strength. The opening of a new bridge between Canada and the United States has been delayed due to what are said to be outstanding issues. President Trump had previously threatened to block the opening. This is ABC News.
Still seeing delays out there on southbound 41 from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive. Northbound's backed up from Mayfair Road up to Capitol. Southbound 43 hitting the brakes at Hampton as you're making your way down all the way to Locust. We've got westbound 94 still backing up from right through the Stadium Interchange to about Hawley Road. Eastbound slows down from 68th Street to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast a high of 84 degrees today with a chance of rain and storms. Some of those could be strong to severe this afternoon. Scattered showers and storms coming to an end after early tonight and a low down to 58. Milwaukee right now at 70. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, more on the timing of those storms. Mid to late afternoon is where we will see them here in southeast Wisconsin. Now, some areas already cleaning up after damaging wind from Wednesday. Much of the damage in Dodge County.
Video posted on social media shows wind tearing through buildings in downtown Horicon. Several buildings with windows blown out and portions of their roofs ripped off. Near Beaver Dam, one of Culver's blue Thank You Farmers barns was left in tatters with its roof caved in. Thursday's forecast calls for another possible round of severe thunderstorms with all weather threats on the table. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A judge is stripping Highgrove Holdings from controlling nearly 90 rental properties in Milwaukee.
The court appointed a receiver to take control of 86 rental properties after U.S. Bank claimed the California-based company failed to repay a multi-million-dollar loan. The ruling affects roughly one-third of Highgrove's Milwaukee portfolio. Community group Common Ground praising the decision as they argue many renters have endured unsafe living conditions and delayed repairs for years. A company based in Madison will now oversee day-to-day operations and maintenance at the properties. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Powerful leader in Madison being remembered for raising $250 million for youth and families.
Michael Johnson, president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, died unexpectedly over the weekend. Michelle McCoy says his mentorship helped her in her community service.
It wasn't just about him. He was about building people, helping people.
And South Prairie community leader D. Star says Johnson helped create real pathways for the youth.
Now some of them are in Hollywood. Now some of them are lawyers and doctors.
Johnson was just 50 years old. Tori Lowe, WTMJ News.
News about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everything up to start the morning. The Dow up 253, the NASDAQ 71, and the S&P is up 18.
Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:36.
Traffic brought to you by East Troy Lions Fest this weekend. Free admission and free parking.
East Troy Lions Fest is this weekend. Free admission, live music, free parking, carnival rides, food, and fireworks Saturday, parade on Sunday. Details at easttroylions.org.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
ACS Group has business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. ACS Group's IT manager, Mark Reinhardt.
I feel James Imaging Systems being local, I get to meet the people, see the people, they come in and find out what our needs are, and they're just great folks.
Great folks who partner with you and your business.
Absolutely. I categorize James Imaging Systems as a partner because they come in, again, sit down, understand our needs, listen to what things are bothering us, obstacles that we have, and they help bring us really cost-effective solutions.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and business technology expertise to help your business do business better.
That's huge for me and keeps us running smoothly, and we're able to focus on other things for this business.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee-free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special?
The welcomeness. People are so friendly. If you have a problem, you can go to anybody.
The community and the sense of safety provided for my mom and dad, and it's just like the most wonderful place to be.
They're just delightful everywhere. I don't see staff, I see friends. And I really do feel that.
And you couldn't live in more beautiful grounds.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Do you know the name Chad Smith? That name ring a bell at all to you?
I probably know a Chad Smith. I'm sure it's not
right.
I
think there's probably one in Cudahy,
right?
Someplace else.
I know a Mike Smith.
Well, Chad Smith, very good. Chad Smith was doing the monologue at the Saturday Night Live final show of the year.
Thank you very, very much. I'm thrilled to be back here hosting Saturday Night Live.
So wait, who is Chad Smith and why would he be hosting? Well, he looks just like Will Ferrell.
It really feels like coming home. Hey, excuse me.
Will Ferrell would come out, get upset about it.
What the hell do you think you're doing? I think I'm hosting the show.
You're not the host. I am. You're Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
So Chad Smith, the drummer of the Red Hots, looks a lot like Will Ferrell, and this has been a long-running gag that those two celebrities have had. Okay. Why are we talking about Chad Smith right now? Well, he's connecting to Milwaukee. The Chad Smith Foundation is being launched here in Milwaukee. And it expands access to music education and after-school programs for young people. It gives them a safe space to go learn something new, to use your brain in a different way, and to keep you out of trouble. And he spoke with WTMJ's Sandy Max on What's on Tap, and I wanted to bring this to you. He talked about that Saturday Night Live thing that he did with Will Ferrell, and also how it all started because of Paul McCartney. McCartney was the main musician that night of that show. This was only a couple of weeks ago, and they needed a drummer. So that's why he ended up on the show to begin with, because McCartney needed him. He said he got a text from a friend.
He texted me, "It's an emergency, but a good one." I'm like, okay, that's pretty cryptic, but it was Paul McCartney needs you to play with him on Saturday Night Live. His drummer isn't able to make it. And I was like, okay, I think I can do that. Let me check my schedule. Yes.
Yeah.
So Paul McCartney calls me the next day. I know him a little bit. We've met, but like, we're not like friends, you know, we're not, but we know each other mostly through Andrew. And he calls me and he couldn't have been nicer. "Thank you for doing this. And you're saving the day." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And he's like, "Well, just come on Tuesday because we have to have a jam with the lads, you know, and we'll play Band on the Run and a couple other songs." And I'm like, okay, so I got to learn all these Beatles and Wings songs, which you know all the songs, but I don't listen to them like, what's the kick drum pattern or what, you know, so I'm learning, trying to learn them all. And anyway, we played like 15 Beatles and Wings songs on Tuesday, the week of Saturday Night Live. And then he goes, "Oh, by the way, Will Ferrell's the host." And I'm like, oh my God, here it comes. I know it. Sure enough, Will texted me, "Hey, I got an idea."
The universe completely aligned. That is magic.
Insane. It was insane. I had to go out and be the host. I had to be like, "Hey, I don't do that." But, you know, you put a wig on and you wear the same clothes, and Paul was in on the gag. It was fun. That was pretty surreal. I have to say, it was a surreal week, but, you know, I'm just so fortunate to be able to play with my heroes, and it's wild.
Pretty neat to hear Chad Smith tell that story and so much more about this new Chad Smith Foundation. He was on with Sandy Max. You can find it on the website at WTMJ.com.
Thought it was interesting what you noticed what I noticed.
What he said about, I don't actually listen to how they drum.
Yeah.
I only listen to the music, and that he had to actually learn all of the kick patterns for the Wings and Beatles tunes.
Which is interesting because you may have this does your wife allow you to watch the news with her?
Sure.
Mine virtually no longer does.
Because you comment on everything.
Because all I see when I sit down and watch the news is all that I know about the intricacies of
graphics,
what's
the
happening.
framing, the lighting.
That's wrong. That shouldn't have happened there. Oh, this one's supposed to be over here. This is out of place. That's all I
Right,
see
yeah,
and hear.
yeah.
It's almost like I can't consume the product because I feel like I'm at work.
Right.
I can't listen to the radio without, you know what? That sounder was supposed to go bing, bing, bing. So. Bing, bing, bing.
Well done.
Time saver traffic here with Debbie.
Okie dokie. Looks like things are slowing down a little bit more on northbound 41, basically from just before Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh. The southbound side is still backed up from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. East and westbound 94 bookending it right through the stadium. Westbound from 35th to Hawley. Eastbound from Hawley to 35th. Southbound on 43 backing up from Hampton all the way to Locust. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
What the hell is wrong with you? He pushed me down backstage.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Hey, Mom, over here.
And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder. Here's to supper club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Hey everybody, Debbie Loziga here for Car Edge. Hey, are you tired of the car buying process? Well, Car Edge negotiates with multiple dealerships for you, scoring you the best deal while you remain completely anonymous. Check out their glowing reviews. One customer emphasized how quickly their Car Edge concierge found the exact car they wanted for the lowest price out of state. Well, Car Edge even took care of the shipping of the vehicle, and it arrived within a few days in perfect condition, get this, with a full tank of gas. For a limited time, WTMJ fans get 20% off their services. Call 414-667-7413 or visit caredge.com/WTMJ.
A cancer diagnosis shouldn't mean we can't make plans. It shouldn't mean living without joy or optimism. Cancer shouldn't be calling the shots. At the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Network, we're pushing to put cancer in its place by pulling together teams of leading specialists and researchers who work tirelessly for breakthroughs, who are developing innovative ways to treat every cancer, to treat your cancer. And by providing the largest cancer clinical trials treatment program in eastern Wisconsin. So there are more treatment options and more reasons to be hopeful. So let's keep innovating. Let's keep discovering. Let's push to make every cancer diagnosis a story of survivorship and bring back the lightness of life that cancer takes away. To learn more about breakthrough cancer care, visit froedtert.com/cancer.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Cannon and Dunphy. Greg, that's not our usual Brewers 360 music. What could be happening here? Special guest appearance today by Brewers broadcaster and Racine's favorite son, the godfather of Racine, Vinny Rotino this morning. Hey, Vinny.
What's going on, guys? Love the intro. Always have.
I know
always
you
will.
do. Well, you earned it. Yeah. And one day I may ask a favor of you. Can you describe what it must have been like for our guys to be in that bandbox the last 3 days out there in Las Vegas? I know it's a short-term solution in Vegas, but I bet you we're glad to get out of there.
That was, guys, I got to tell you, that was hard to watch, like all the way around. I mean, just because our arms, our pitchers for the Brewers have been pitching so well, and all of a sudden they go into that bandbox, and you're right, it is 100% a bandbox. They give up 15 home runs, and a lot of them weren't going to be home runs in any other ballpark. And it's not only the home runs and the way the ball was flying out of the park, it's just the feel of the baseball. You could tell the guys really couldn't get a good feel for their pitches. There's some elevation there. It wasn't the elevation of like a Coors Field, obviously. It's not as high, but you're still feeling it. You almost feel like it's higher just because it seems like every single night in that ballpark. And I scouted there. I was a scout for the Texas Rangers after I got done playing, and I would go visit that ballpark and scout the AAA teams there. And it is like every night the wind's howling out, and just it's really not fair, but yeah, they're glad to get out of there, just kind of clear it and move on.
So the Brewers lose 4-3, still give up a few home runs and hit some themselves. As a hitter, when a hitter is going up there, knowing that you're in a recipe like that, do you have to be careful not to change your swing, like change the trajectory a little bit and try to just get one up in the air?
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing the ball, just guys barrel, not even barreling up balls, getting jammed, and some balls are flying out of the park. Pop-ups. Jeff Levering had a great call on game one, last out of the game, as he thought was the last out of the game. Pop up to right. Oh, wait, it's a home run, tie game. And so all of a sudden you're seeing stuff like that. So as a hitter, you can chase that, but here's the thing. Albuquerque was a similar type of feel. I played in Albuquerque a bunch, scouted in Albuquerque, same type of feel where the wind's blowing out, high elevation, the ball's flying out. So as a hitter, you're feeling like, okay, I'm actually going to stay on the ball and try and drive it to right, because I know even if I just clip it a little bit, the ball's going to go. You saw Jackson Chourio do that in game 2 of the series. He didn't really hit that ball that well. I mean, he hit a nice line drive, but it went out to right field, first batter of the game for the Brewers. And so as a hitter, if that's your approach where you know that I'm just going to clip something to right field, that's when you're at your best, typically. Guys get out of that approach when they feel like they have to do a little bit more. You don't have to feel like you have to do any more to get a ball out in Vegas. So actually it's a place where it's going to really help you as a hitter. Obviously, that goes without saying just because of the conditions, but just with your approach, staying on the baseball and trying to drive the ball to right.
Brewers broadcaster Vinny Rotino with us on Brewers 360 this morning. So the crew comes home to face the Phillies. Last point as we transition into what's next for the Brewers coming out of Vegas. Vinny, if you're advising any of the guys who pitched there and maybe struggled a little bit, how would you coach them? Were it me, I would just say, I have nothing to share with you about, let's just erase the last several days from your memory. There's nothing to teach here.
Yeah, you highlight, delete, and then empty the trash sure. I mean, that's exactly what exactly what you do. It's easier said than done, right? Especially a guy like Kyle Harrison's going to be totally fine, but you saw his ERA be top 10, top 5 in all of baseball. All of a sudden, after giving up 8 runs in just 2 1/3, his ERA ballooned a whole run. So he'd given up 10 earned runs all year. He gave up 8 in his start, and so again. Not indicative of what Kyle Harrison's capable of, and not indicative of what Kyle Harrison's going to do for the rest of the season. He'll be fine. You got to, as a player, which guys are going to be able to just kind of bounce back. Some guys might need a little bit more extra coaching, a little bit more massaging, their ego a little bit. I mean, because that's what it is. You have to just kind of know the right thing to say to the right guy. Most of the guys are going to be able to clear it, just understand that wasn't real baseball. Let's just go ahead and move on.
Little front office stuff for you here, Vinny, as the Brewers locked up another prospect who is right now in the minor leagues, but projected to be up here at some point soon. Luis Lara, I think it was Cooper Pratt who got a deal earlier this summer. Mm-hmm. Matt Arnold seems all in on if we got guys that we like that think are a really good bet, the only way we remain viable as a small market team is to lock them into longer term contracts early. I would just caution as a fan, and I think he's doing the right thing, but they may not all turn out as well as Jackson Chourio did.
Well, and think about, so Bryce Terang, right? So he was a top prospect for the Brewers, and it took him a while to get his feet underneath him and established at the big league level. Now he's not only established at the big league level, he's one of the best players in all of baseball at this point. And I'm sure that they would have wanted to have some sort of deal in place with him, similar to what Luis Lara or Cooper Pratt have signed. And now he's just going to be way too expensive for the Milwaukee Brewers. So he'll play out his contract, 2.5 more years of Bryce Terang, and then he'll be a free agent. That's just how it works for the Milwaukee Brewers. So yeah, they're not all going to turn out. However, the thing that you have to notice about the 2 signings that they made most recently, Cooper Pratt and Luis Lara, both can really defend. And so there's value in what they can bring just with the glove. And so I think there's a baseline floor for both those guys in particular, that they're going to be fine. Hit a little bit. They should should get bigger, stronger, faster type of thing. They're both really young yet, 22 for Pratt, 21 for Luis Lara. So those guys are going to be fine. But yeah, it's smart. That's how the Brewers are going to have to sustain success for long term.
Hey, I know we're out of time, but you said something that was interesting there to me, Vinny. Is it a harder leap offensively or defensively going from AAA to the majors?
It definitely a harder leap offensively. I mean, the guys, think about what, in AAA, there's a new crop of pitchers every year. The best go to the big leagues. Once you're in the big leagues, if you're good, you stay. So it really is, it's a whole new level of baseball up there.
The godfather of Racine, Brewers broadcaster, Vinny Rotino with us on Brewers 360. Always appreciate it, Vinny.
Thanks, guys.
And from you one more time before 9 o'clock, Debbie.
Southbound 41, still heavy from just before Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. Northbound, we've still got some delays coming up from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. Southbound 43, heavy from Capitol to Locust. Westbound 94, you've got backup starting at about just before 35th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound's backing up from Mitchell Boulevard just past 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Pat Dunphy from the law firm of Cannon and Dunphy.
Cannon and Dunphy is more than just a team of lawyers. We're people who support our communities. We coach the Little League. We support nonprofits like the Hunger Task Force, the Legal Aid Society of Milwaukee, and the Guest House of Milwaukee, an organization dedicated to solving root causes of homelessness. Bottom line is, Cannon and Dunphy lawyers are working to make our communities better places to live, work, and play for everyone.
Summer is the time to enjoy the outside. Enjoy the deck, the patio, the fire pit, the shade, the screen room, the in-ground pool. Enjoy all of it in your own backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's top TimberTech decking installer and can deliver a design and build your next maintenance-free deck with a custom screen room and automated pergola. Stop by our Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha or visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Vince Vitrano here for Bugman, Queen Bee, my pest control team. Guy came by the house the other day. Of course, it's right when I'm making dinner. I have stuff on the stove, and he wants to chat at the front door. Says he takes care of other homes in the neighborhood with bug treatment. Good. I figure I'm going to be out of this conversation in a hurry because I got a guy. I said, I already have someone for that. And he said, well, can you mind telling me who it is? I said, yeah, it's Bugman Queen Bee, based right here in West Allis. Now, I want Bugman to be your pest control team as well because I know Adam. I know Shendell. It's their family-owned business. Been working with them for a couple of years. They are reliable. They're trustworthy. The job is done right. They take care of everything. We vetted them here at WTMJ. I use them at my home. They're my recommendation to you. Bugs, bees, or critters, don't go with whoever knocks on your door. Go with my team and tell Janelle over there when you call that Vinny sent you. Bugman, queenbee.com.
The historic Fox and Hound Supper Club near Holy Hill is hiring experienced line cooks. Evening and weekend hours are required. You'll make real money and always be busy. Parents and grandparents, tell your kids. Inquire today. Start next week. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
8:56 on Wisconsin's Morning News. I know some of you hop out here and catch up later on the podcast, so I want to make sure that you are up to date on the timing of the severe weather that is expected today. Just heard from WTMJ meteorologist Craig Copleen, who's got the latest data in, and here's what he's seeing in terms of timeline. Noon to 3, we may have some storms that, according to Craig, could produce hail and gusty winds, but this is not the big event. Round 2, according to Copleen, for us here in southeast Wisconsin, 4 to 9 p.m. time frame is what he's looking at there. He says threat for tornadoes, damaging thunderstorm winds, large hail is as high or higher than it was yesterday, and he says a key difference will be location. We focused on the damage mostly in Dodge County, so northwest of Milwaukee. Beaver Dam, Horicon, Lomira, all reporting damage. From Copleen this morning, he's looking at I-94 and points south. So that would include Milwaukee, Waukesha, Jefferson counties, Racine, Kenosha as well. Could get in on the stronger part of the strong storms that are expected to affect all of us to some degree this afternoon. 8:58 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
The would-be neighbors of a casino and resort that the Menominee Indian tribe want to build in Kenosha are pushing back against the proposal. Municipalities believe that they'll end up shouldering many of the public costs associated with the proposed $360 million Hard Rock Hotel and Casino without seeing a dollar of the revenue. The Medical College of Wisconsin has purchased nearly 10 acres in Tosa. The land is currently a parking lot, though a spokesperson said that the college is exploring potential future uses for the property. And family-owned jewelry brand Gorjana plans to open its second Wisconsin store at the corners of Brookfield this weekend. I'm Addison Lathers from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Meet Keith. He runs a 30-acre ranch. 8 years ago, his knees started giving out.
Climbing a ladder was almost impossible. If I could get down, I have to have something next to me to get up.
Keith's wife had a knee replacement. The recovery was hard and the results, not great. Keith wanted another way.
I won't go under the knife because I believe the body can do whatever it needs to do to heal itself.
Surgery wasn't the answer. QC Kinetics was. They're regenerative treatments. No surgery, no long recovery.
After the first one, the inflammation dropped 90%. Today, my knees are just amazing. I could not do what I've done if I had not gotten treatments to QC Kinetics. I just pray that my physical model continues to go and help other people.
Maybe that's you. Tired of dealing with the joint pain? Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559.
Transform your home today. Exterior Pros. Trust the pros.
Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
Just after 9 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Thursday, June 11th, our top story. Cleanup continues with more severe weather on the way.
I'm Eric Bilstead. The price tags keep going up.
Storm Team forecast. Rain and storms today. Some could be severe. High of 84 degrees. Scattered showers and storms early this evening. Then skies turning partly cloudy and breezy with a low of 58. Right now, we're at 75. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Couple of rounds of storms possible. The early round starting just after noon, another round after 4 p.m., and those look to be the stronger of the two rounds. Strong storms could move in around 3 this afternoon.
Cleanup is underway in the city of Horicon after Wednesday's strong winds ripped roofs from buildings and knocked down brick walls in the downtown area. One resident telling our news partners at TMJ4 he was outside when the storms rolled through.
And I was talking to a neighbor, and all of a sudden we heard sirens. I said, are those tornado warnings? I don't think so, she said. So, and there was nothing by us. I mean, It got windy and it rained, and that was about it.
Today's storms could bring another round of damaging winds, hail, heavy rain, and tornadoes to parts of Dodge County and other parts of the region. Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
Shortly after posting on social media this morning that he planned to hit Iran very hard, President Trump calling into Fox and Friends this morning to discuss his ongoing plans. The president maintains that Iran is dying to make a deal.
And they're really in submission. They just don't know it yet. Okay, to be honest with you. They just don't know it yet.
The president threatening to seize control of the oil there. Iran firing back early this morning, targeting U.S. bases in Jordan and Kuwait.
Americans digging deeper into their wallets, paying for everyday things as the war drags on. That according to the latest numbers from the Labor Department.
The May inflation numbers are out, and the consumer price index was 4.2%. The increase was brought on by the rising cost of things like food, medical care, and fuel. The Labor Department says higher energy costs are 60% of the reason for the spike in numbers. This is the third month in a row for the CPI increase, and these numbers are the highest they've been in 3 years.
That's News Nation's Nick Smith.
Recently fired Wisconsin Center District President and CEO Marty Brooks could face criminal charges for alleged misappropriation of public funds. Sources tell WTMJ if the district referred charges to the DA's office, it would be compelled to look at it. Milwaukee defense attorney Julius Kim tells WTMJ that Brooks' decision to turn down a settlement offer from the district may have been different if he'd known about the reason for his firing.
Maybe Marty Brooks didn't realize that some of the things that he was doing or the purchases that he were making might be not just questionable, but illegal. And now that it's kind of been brought to his attention, yeah, he's probably a little nervous at this point in time.
Brooks has until July 8th to appeal the decision.
This may be the case anywhere where you live or drive, but in particular, Milwaukee's near South Side with barrels all over the place. And city leaders say the simultaneous road construction is not avoidable.
Department of Public Works Commissioner Gerald Kruschke says Wisconsin's window of time for construction is limited.
If we waited for every project to be completed before beginning the next one, these critical projects would take decades to complete.
County Supervisor Juan Miguel Martinez says patience will pay off.
I remember a few years ago, the same thing happened on Lapham. Ever since that project has been completed, reckless driving incidents have gone down by 80%.
And a reminder from Kruschke.
Please do not move those cones.
On Milwaukee's near South Side, Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Google is seeking federal approval to hatch its plan to reduce mosquito populations and curb insect-borne diseases
by introducing 32 million sterile male mosquitoes to the world. Dr. Ben Weston from the Medical College of Wisconsin.
Male mosquitoes don't bite people. They can't spread disease. It's the females that do. But a lot of male mosquitoes carry this bacteria in them. It's called Wolbachia. And when they mate, they can't actually produce offspring. So what happens is over time, the population gets smaller.
Mosquitoes are one of the world's most dangerous disease carriers.
Malaria, dengue, West Nile, chikungunya, yellow fever, Zika, the list goes on and on.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. 35 minutes off the opening bell. The Dow Jones Industrial Average back up above 50,000. It's up 324 points to 50,243. S&P 500 at 7318 is up 51. And the NASDAQ on the rise, up 253 points to 25,423. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:06.
Penny Mustard's exclusive line of double-sided hybrid mattresses combines a supportive coil spring center with specialty foam.
A flippable mattress that will change the way you sleep.
Your new double-sided hybrid mattress improves your Wi-Fi signal, reduces nightmares, and eliminates bedhead.
No. None of that is true.
But every mattress is made in Wisconsin and built to last.
Plus,
oh boy,
our mattresses help you remember every password, every song lyric, and every birthday of everyone you know, including your dentist.
Look, we can't prove any of that, but Penny Mustard's breathable, double-sided mattresses have been proven to last 45% longer than the average unflippable model.
But wait, there's more.
Oh no.
Your new Penny Mustard mattress removes wrinkles and reduces small talk with strangers by 73%.
Please stop.
Why?
You're gonna get us in trouble.
Okay, fine. Results may vary.
Come see our selection of sophisticrafted double-sided hybrid mattresses at Penny Mustard.
PennyMustard.com.
Flippable versions of what people want.
Struggling to provide for your family is a real thing, like having to choose between feeding them a warm meal or paying the utility bill. These are the choices many Milwaukee residents are faced with, which is why they turn to St. Vincent de Paul Society's meal program for help. Our meal program has been a consistent resource for those in need for over 42 years. Nutritious meals, warm showers, and clean clothes, all in a safe, family-friendly environment. Our mission is clear, and that's to help you break the cycle of poverty by connecting you with life-changing community and educational resources. Last year, we provided $2.2 million in goods and services, plus 57,000 warm meals.